Chapter 466. Sheng Xiao waved at Muqiqi. After she was in his arms, he pointed at the documents with his chin and asked Muqiqi, "Under normal circumstances, it's difficult for children to focus their attention. So whatever they like will be short-lived. When you were 11, was there anything that you liked on your own and persisted for more than 2 years?" Muqiqi thought about it. Mu Tangxue would always snatch whatever she liked. But to be frank, she would not have liked anything for more than 2 years, even without Mu Tangxue's actions. Moreover, it was a few hobbies that she persisted in. Children like the feeling of novelty. "So, you've noticed a problem?" Muqiqi picked up the documents on the desk, glanced through them, and nodded. If Miss Hu really has the intelligence of an 11-year-old, her hobbies have persisted for too long. Let's assume that this Miss Hu is pretending to be dumb. If she likes only a few things, firstly, she won't be confused, and secondly, she can highlight her uniqueness. If she only likes a few things, it will give others the illusion that she is even more dumb. Sheng Xiao nodded. It was still easier to talk to his little one, and she understood everything at once. She is the only jewel of the Hu family. Why would she pretend to be dumb? It might have something to do with that car accident. Sheng Xiao pinched her nose and picked her up from the chair. "That's all for today. Aren't you going to tell third brother?" Muqiqi looked at Sheng Xiao in confusion. "Why should I tell him?" Sheng Xiao rarely showed such a devilish look now. Since it was third brother who refused to leave the Sheng family, it had nothing to do with them whether Miss Hu was really dumb or not, and third brother had to find out for himself. Just like Lu Qianqian and Lin Mu, and it was useless for outsiders to interfere. It was better for them to experience things together, and only with a foundation of affection would certain things come naturally. "By the way, Lin Mu asked me out for dinner this weekend. I'll go. I only have a few friends anyway." Muqiqi replied nonchalantly. Sheng Xiao said nothing else, and simply took his little one to bed. The little one was still on her period, but he did not seem to be idle even so. The lights in the room had been switched off, and Sheng Xiao had closed his eyes, but his little one suddenly poked her head out and asked, "Don't you want it?" Meanwhile, the Hu family was very pleased with third brother. At the very least, Hu Ran told them that she liked third brother a lot. With that hint, third brother knew that the marriage was inevitable, even if it was not to the point of tragedy. Soon, the two families sat together and discussed their marriage. Because Hu Ran's condition was fluctuating, the Hu family suggested canceling the engagement and getting married directly. Old Sheng had no objections and turned to third brother beside him. "It's your marriage. What do you think?" "I also think that we can get married directly. Then it's decided." Old Master Sheng nodded. "I believe you are aware of Xiao Ran's condition, Elder Sheng. That is why the Hu family does not need to hold a grand wedding or announce it to the world. As long as third young master takes good care of Xiao Ran, I will be satisfied as a father." In other words, it was enough to let the outside world know about the marriage between the two families. There was no need to go through so much trouble to prepare for it. When the time came, they would be laughed at by the outside world. But the Sheng family is afraid that Xiao Ran would be wronged if we simply marry her. I am her father. I can make the decision. You don't have to worry about it, Elder Sheng. In other words, the Hu family was afraid that the event would be too grand, and the outside world would hype up Hu Ran and hurt her again. "All right, we can skip the grand wedding, but after they register their marriage, they would have to change their habits." Of course, third brother sat in the middle and did not have any opinion of his own. Either way, he had no room to object. In fact, a simple marriage registration was just the right thing to do, and it saved him the trouble of putting on a forced smile. "Well, third brother, pick a good day and register your marriage with Xiao Ran." "All right." Third brother had been very obedient from start to finish. "Don't worry, Elder Sheng. I would treat third young master as my own son. After all, she is the only daughter of the Hu family." At that, Old Hu's old face broke into a wide grin. "Well, I'll prepare a new house for you too." A new house. Third brother felt a wave of repulsion in his heart at the word. Although Hu Ran's body had matured, she only had the intelligence of an 11-year-old, and third brother felt that he could not lay his hands on a little girl. Although he had tried his best to put himself on equal footing with Hu Ran, Any other man would feel repulsed when faced with such a thing. Third young master, please take care of Xiao Ran from now on. Don't worry, uncle. I will do my duty and do my best to protect Xiao Ran. Papa Hu nodded and clapped third brother on the shoulder. The happiest person in this marriage was none other than Hu Ran's stepmother, because the condition for her to marry into the Hu family was that she had to treat Hu Ran as her own daughter and not have any children of her own. That was the promise that her stepmother had made to Papa Hu. That was why she had tried everything she could to wish for Hu Ran's death. But now that she was suddenly married off, she should be able to tell her husband that she wanted another child. Shouldn't she? She did not believe that Papa Hu would not want a son to inherit the family business. In the future, without Hu Ran causing trouble in the house, she just had to show her skill at charming men, and having a son was only a matter of time. Hu Ran did not participate in the discussion of their marriage. Xiao mentioned the marriage when she accompanied her in her handicrafts, and naturally mentioned that Hu Ran would soon move out of the Hu family. Hu Ran's eyes brightened at the thought. After all, she had to ensure her own safety before she had the chance to chase that vicious stepmother out of the house. Miss, Xiao is really worried about you. What would you do if third young master doesn't treat you well when you marry into the Sheng family? Moreover, Miss doesn't know a thing about relationships, and there's no telling when the time comes. Hu Ran could not help laughing. Even if she had such intentions, third young master would not want to touch a fool like her. With that thought in mind, she was looking forward to the future. Hu Ran felt that she was being mischievous, and that third young master would not be able to avoid her pranks in the future. Of course, the Sheng family knew that third brother was going to register his marriage with Miss Hu. Still, did the marriage between two great families need to be handled so discreetly? Chapter 467. It's really hard on third brother. So, grandfather, are you really not going to set him free? I think he has already resigned himself to his fate. Moreover, third brother is not old. Sheng Kai was about to mention Sheng Xiao, but swallowed the words. Third brother has a sense of responsibility and would not leave the Sheng family on a whim. Release him tomorrow, but send someone to keep an eye on him. That was to prevent third brother from going to Sheng Xiao. Still, it was better than being locked up as a prisoner. Xiling, you'll be in charge of third brother and Miss Hu's bridal chamber. Gu Xiling nodded when her name was suddenly called out. Don't worry, grandfather. Her wedding with Shang Kai had been the grandest in all of Jianchuan, but third brother could not even have a proper wedding. She calmed down at the thought. That's right, a fool. Do you still expect her to say something appropriate in front of the guests on stage? When that happens, the Sheng family and the Hu family would only be laughingstocks. Since her little sister-in-law was about to marry into the family, she would certainly welcome her warmly as her sister-in-law. Third brother is married too, and the two of you should hurry up and have children as well. It would be a burden on Xiling's body if you delay. Children, both of them knew very well that Shang Kai would not have any with his current condition. Still, since the old man had asked, they had to play along. We understand, grandfather. It was the weekend in the blink of an eye, and Lin Mu and was treating Sheng Xiao and Lu Qianqian to a meal. However, Lin Mu and Lu Qianqian were nowhere to be seen even after Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi had taken their seats. Wasn't the treat a little too insincere? Should we go home, Xiao Xiao? Ignore those two. Sheng Xiao wrapped his arm around her and gestured with his chin outside the restaurant. Mu Qiqi followed his gaze and found Lin Mu and Lu Qianqian holding hands as they opened the door. Mu Qiqi smiled in understanding and promptly asked them, "We're not bros anymore, are we?" Lu Qianqian blushed. Mu Qiqi turned to Sheng Xiao, but found that he was not surprised at all. You know that too? That's right, you're the one who settled the matter with the Lu family, so it would be weird if you didn't know. That's why I'm the last one to know. Qiqi, don't tease us. You know I'm thin-skinned. Mu Qiqi crossed her arms and looked at them from head to toe. Do you know how much I despised Lin Muin in the past? For 10,000 years, he wandered around with those rich young ladies, but I didn't expect him to turn over a new leaf for you. Forget it. Even the heavens can't stand it anymore, let alone me. Lu Qianqian leaned into Lin Muin's arms sweetly. Tisk, TSK, TSK. Are you two trying to show off your love in front of me and Xiao Xiao? TSK, you two are the most mushy in all of Jinchuan. Muin and I admit defeat. His love for Mu Chi-Chi had been passed down by word of mouth, and almost everyone in Jinchuan knew about it. That was why no one had the guts to compete with him. Has your trouble been resolved? Sheng Xiao suddenly asked Lin Mu, and clearly referring to the transfer student. Lin Mu nodded. I've gotten what I wanted. Thank you, Crown Prince. The two women were puzzled when they heard the conversation between the two men. It was clear that they were having an affair in private. The matter with the Lin family is not as simple as you think. I know, but I won't sit and wait. As long as he could borrow Sheng Xiao's hand, he believed that he could slowly retaliate against the Lin family. Now, he was not afraid that the Lin family would only care about his relationship with Little Pepper, and he would give Lu Qianqian the best protection no matter what storms they faced. With that, Mu Chi-Chi finally understood what the two men were talking about. Now, she was even more assured that Lin Mu and Qianqian were together. After all, no matter how good a man was to a woman, he would be no different from Duan Xiao, and if he did not plan for the future and only coveted the pleasure in front of him. Now that Lin Mu and was willing to lower himself to ask for Xiao Xiao's help, it was clear that he knew what came first in his heart. I think it's worth a drink for the happiness we have now. Lu Qianqian and Lin Mu clasped hands and nodded. Although I'm envious that you have a powerful man like the Crown Prince to protect you, I hope to have someone who would never give up no matter what happens. At that, Mu Chi-Chi suddenly pulled Lu Qianqian and whispered, Are you going to fight to the death with him now? Let's wait until we test his ability in that aspect before deciding. Mu Chi-Chi, your Crown Prince has really corrupted you. Lu Qianqian blushed. Of course, all four of them knew what Mu Chi-Chi and Lu Qianqian were talking about since it was so obvious. There was no end to the laughter and chatter between the four of them during the meal, and it was only during such moments that Sheng Xiao felt relaxed, as if he was celebrating a festival with children. After all, his social circle was now 100 times more complicated than before. It was only when he was with his little one's friends that he would have no scruples. Soon, it was late at night when the four of them had dinner, and Lin Mu and had to return to school. Lu Qianqian was a little tipsy and struggled in Lin Muan's arms. Can't we go back tomorrow? In fact, it was not that they couldn't, but they had to wake up at 5 in the morning. He did not want to be reluctant to part with Lu Qianqian and hoped that she could rest more. Still, he did not think too much about Lu Qianqian's current state. I'll send you home first. Annie will be worried. Mu Chi-Chi and Sheng Xiao shared a look, and the young couple shared a tacit understanding. Xiao Xiao, let's go home too. Let's go. Su Che is here. After all, they were drunk and could not drive. Meanwhile, Lin Mu and Lu Qianqian found a designated driver, and the two couples went to their own houses. Nonetheless, Mama Lu was waiting for them in the living room when they reached home. Andy, Qianqian drank a little too much. I didn't restrain her when we met. It's good to know that you're back safely. Take care of her. I'm going to my room to rest. Mama Lu certainly did not want to take care of a drunkard. Her daughter's boyfriend was there. Even so, she believed that Lin Mu knew what he was doing. Seeing Mama Lu enter, Lin Mu and carried Lu Qianqian back to their room. However, Lu Qianqian quickly wrapped her arms around Lin Mu Anne's waist when they lay on the bed. Muin, silly. Lin Muin pried her hands away and went to the bathroom to get a wet towel to wipe her face so that she would feel better. Muin, hug me to sleep. Do you know you're inviting a man? Lin Muin pressed down on Lu Qianqian's body. Don't go out drinking when I'm not around. Chapter 468. How could I not know when you're shouting like that? Lin Mu helplessly stopped Lu Qianqian's groping hand. Lu Qianqian smiled innocently. Even so, Lin Mu was not tempted and simply sat by the bed to coax Lu Qianqian to sleep. But this little girl was restless. After taking advantage of Lin Mu's body, she lay on his body and vomited. Lin Mu was speechless. Then, he carried Lu Qianqian into the bathroom and washed her simply before throwing her on the bed, because Lu Qianqian dirtied his clothes. That put Lin Mu and in a difficult position. Left with no choice, Lin Mu and knocked on Mama Lu's door. When Mama Lu saw the filth on Lin Mu An's body, she knew that the girl had vomited. So, she handed him Papa Lu's pajamas. "Why don't I make you some hangover soup? Go to sleep, Annie. I'll make it." If it were any other child with evil intentions, they would have taken off their clothes after sending Lu Qianqian back to her room. Why would they wait for Lu Qianqian to vomit all over themselves? From this, it could be seen that this child's temperament was truly pure and kind. You should rest early too, Lin Mu, and thought that the little pepper would probably choke him for the whole night. It was 2 a.m. when he took a bath and cooked the soup. Lin Mu looked at the time and smiled helplessly. Was sweet burden. He didn't have sex after drinking or one-night stands. There were some things that shouldn't happen so early. He had to try his best to restrain his beastly desires. The next day, there was a faint light in the room. When Lu Qianqian woke up and looked at the floor, she found Lin Mu lying on the floor almost naked. Lu Qianqian immediately yelled, startling Lin Mu awake. "What are you yelling at?" Lin Mu opened his eyes in confusion. He had just fallen asleep. "You're naked? My dear Missy, your amnesia is really acting up. You puked on me twice yesterday. The first time, I went to Annie to get Uncle's pajamas. Then, in the middle of the night, you puked again. I couldn't disturb Annie again, so I could only sleep like this." Lin Mu stared at her helplessly. Lu Qianqian seemed to have some impression of it, so she quickly pushed Lin Mu onto the bed. "It's so cold down there. Why don't you sleep on the bed? There's a sofa outside, too." "Do you want me to sleep outside like this?" Lin Mu rolled his eyes. "What if Annie sees us? I couldn't tell that you've achieved so much during your time at the police academy." Lu Qianqian's gaze suddenly swept across Lin Mu's entire body. Her attention was instantly diverted. She looked at his body. It was like an inverted triangle. His muscles were firm, and his skin was smooth and delicate. "Drooling? Screw you. Aren't you in a hurry to go to school? Besides, we look like bad boys and girls getting a room outside." Now that little pepper was awake, Lin Mu rolled over and pulled Lu Qianqian under him. "Now it looks like it. You get up." Lu Qianqian felt her head swelling. Although they were boyfriend and girlfriend now, she would still feel embarrassed if they suddenly did this. "You didn't have such a big reaction when we put our arms around each other's shoulders." Lin Mu teased her deliberately. After all, he had suffered so much to take care of little Pepper last night. "At that time, I kept reminding myself that I see you as a bro. That's why I don't have any thoughts about you. So you have feelings now?" Helpless, Lu Qianqian quickly covered her face. "Don't ask." Lin Mu could not hold back. He moved her hands away and kissed her thin lips. Lu Qianqian wanted to be rational, but who could reject such a picture so early in the morning? Their bodies were pressed against each other. There was only a thin nightgown between them. Lu Qianqian could even feel the changes in Lin Mu's body. However, other than kissing her, Lin Mu did not do anything else. The two of them rolled around on the bed for a few times, but nothing happened. "It's almost 6. I have to go back to school." "Okay." Lu Qianqian nodded, blushing. "But my nightgown, I changed it." With that, Lin Mu tapped Lu Qianqian's head. "Go get Uncle's clothes. I can't wear mine." "Wait a minute." Lu Qianqian quickly got up and returned to the room with Papa Lu's clothes. Lin Mu had already wrapped a towel around himself. Lu Qianqian handed him Papa Lu's clothes. "Put it on. It might be a little short. Aren't you going to turn around?" Lin Mu asked Lu Qianqian as he took the clothes. Lu Qianqian turned obediently. Lin Mu chuckled. After changing, he hooked his arm around Lu Qianqian's neck and leaned in for a kiss. "Let's get drunk more in the future. It's quite interesting. You only know how to tease me. Don't drink when I'm not around." With that, Lin Mu opened the door to Lu Qianqian's room and quickly left the Lu family after saying goodbye to Mama Lu. When Lin Mu was far away, Lu Qianqian looked down at her nightgown, thinking that Lin Mu had changed it for her. Last night when she was with Lin Mu, it was ambiguous and restrained. But that was the most provocative part. It was like an itch that tickled every part of her body. When Lin Mu returned to school, he was mocked by his roommates. That's not what our bro Lin wore when he went out. Did he spend a night with sister-in-law? Lin Muin climbed into bed tiredly and changed his clothes. We did spend a night together, but who knows what I went through? That's not important. Isn't it enough as long as it's sweet? Sweet. That was a must. The news of the marriage between the Sheng family and the Hu family finally spread. Everyone in Jianchuan was so shocked that their jaws almost dropped to the ground when their idiot daughter was about to marry the Sheng family's third young master. Everyone in the outside world was talking about how unlucky the third young master was to marry a fool. Was his brain damaged as well? Third brother did not care about those rumors at all. Now that he had finally regained his freedom, he did not want to lose it so soon. Still, tomorrow was the day he and Hu Ran would register at the Civil Affairs Bureau. Unknowingly, the day had come. Third brother really wanted to talk to Sheng Xiao, even if it was just to vent his frustrations. But the follower behind him did not give him the chance. Young master, you're getting married tomorrow. Don't trouble us bodyguards today. Third brother's footsteps paused at the gates of Sheng Xiao's mansion. Even so, Sheng Xiao's car stopped right in front of third brother, perhaps because he and third brother had a telepathic connection. Are you released? Sheng Xiao asked mockingly. Chapter 469. The bodyguard nodded helplessly. Hurry up, then. Sheng Xiao lost interest in talking to third brother when he saw that third brother had to ask for his permission. Since I've made my choice, there's nothing to say now. Third brother took a deep breath and laughed self-deprecatingly. That seems to be the case. Still, I'm getting married tomorrow. Enjoy your life as a newlywed. You'll get an unexpected surprise. With that, Sheng Xiao wound the car window and had Su Che drive through the gates of the mansion. Meanwhile, third brother was completely unaware of the hint in Sheng Xiao's words. He simply felt that Sheng Xiao was looking down on him. Let's go, third young master. Third brother nodded and turned to return to the car. There was no dignity to speak of in that very moment. Sheng Xiao's car was parked behind the gates of the mansion, and he could not stop worrying even as he watched third brother leave. Although he had promised not to help him at first, Sheng Xiao dragged his little one along when he got home, intending to go out for a bit. Where are you going? The Hu family. Sheng Xiao said. I'm going to talk business with Chief Hu. You go see Miss Hu. Although Muchichi did not know why he was in such a hurry, she knew very well when she turned and saw that her man was not saying a word. Her Sheng Xiao was actually a soft-hearted person with a sharp tongue. Even though he said that third brother should discover and understand on his own, he still considered third brother as one of his own. Still, his visit was sudden, and it happened when the Sheng family and the Hu family were about to unite by marriage. Papa Hu was very wary when he heard that Sheng Xiao was coming. Sheng Xiao and the Sheng family were enemies, and there was no telling what the Sheng family would think if he met Sheng Xiao now. Moreover, everyone knew that Sheng Xiao was close to third brother. Wouldn't he be losing more than he could gain if he came to mess things up now and the wedding couldn't go ahead? Still, Zhongting had a military background in Jianchuan, and he had to meet Sheng Xiao even if he was against it. Therefore, after hesitating for a while, Papa Hu arranged for the butler to lead Sheng Xiao and third brother into the living room. I wonder why Chief Sheng is visiting so late at night. Papa Hu is very polite. Mr. Hu, I'm sure you're afraid of my appearance at this time, but I can assure you that I'm not here to ruin the wedding. Secondly, I'm not here to persuade you. I just have a proposal, and I want to ask if you're interested. Of course, my fiancée would like to see Ms. Hu, but it has absolutely nothing to do with tomorrow's wedding. I wonder if Mr. Hu can do me this favor? Since it was a late-night visit, it must be something important, but Chief Sheng, can you guarantee that there will be no obstacles to tomorrow's wedding? I promise. Since that's the case, why not meet my daughter? It was not that Papa Hu was not worried. However, since Sheng Xiao was here, it meant that he had to see Hu Ran today. If Papa Hu did not agree, it was hard to say if he would be able to go smoothly tomorrow. Please take a seat, Chief Sheng. My daughter is on the second floor. Please make yourself at home, young madam. Chief Hu pointed the way. Muchichi nodded and went up the stairs. It was Hu Ran's servant, Xiao, who was taking care of her. Miss Yu, Xiao come out first. Let young madam have a word with Xiao Ran. Hu Ran's stepmother appeared behind them. Xiao was puzzled, but she had to do as she was told. She even closed the door when she left. That was when Hu Ran smiled foolishly at Mu Chi. Who are you? Miss Hu? Mu Chi whispered into Hu Ran's ear. An 11-year-old child would not persist in loving handicrafts, flower arrangements, and comics for so long. Hu Ran's expression changed. She was about to shout at the door to call Axiu into the room to stop Mu Chi from continuing. However, Mu Chi covered her mouth and said, "Don't shout. I'm not here to expose you. I don't care if you're really stupid or just pretending to be stupid. My purpose for coming here tonight is very simple. To you, marrying into the Sheng family would be freeing you from the cage of being a stepmother. But to the other person, it is humiliation and mockery. He has no choice but to marry you for his family. That said, I want to tell you, Miss Hu, please don't be in cahoots with the Sheng family and stab him in the back. After all, he is giving you a chance to live by marrying you, and I hope you can understand his situation. Please remember one thing. Be worthy of his decision." Hu Ran looked at Mu Chi seriously, assuming that Mu Chi was an old flame of third brothers. After all, she had spent most of her time at home over the last 2 years and rarely learned about the outside world, just as she was not aware of the identity of the girl before her. That was why she could not believe Mu Chi at the moment, but kept her words in mind. At first, she had believed that third young Master Sheng did not have a girlfriend or a girl he liked, which was why she was at ease. Now that he had a girlfriend, she would pretend to marry third brother and divorce him immediately after she left the Hu family. Third young master would marry her even if he knew she was a fool, which meant that he did not have the right to decide his own marriage. If it was not her tomorrow, it would be someone else sooner or later. If that was the case, it was better to come to terms with her. Hu Ran could not give Mu Chi a reply and kept playing dumb. Even so, Mu Chi knew very well that Miss Hu must have understood what she said, although she did not know that Hu Ran had misunderstood her relationship with third brother. Soon, Mu Chi left Hu Ran's room, while Xing Xiao explained everything to Papa Hu. "I didn't expect you to be so quick, madam," Papa Hu said. "I won't tell anyone about what happened tonight. No one would know that I came." Xing Xiao promised Papa Hu. "After you, Chief Sheng." Papa Hu personally saw Xing Xiao off, before quickly returning to his room to check on Hu Ran. It was fortunate that his daughter was still the same and did not act strangely just because Mu Chi had seen her. Although Papa Hu did not know what Mu Chi had said to Hu Ran, it did not matter as long as it did not affect their marriage registration tomorrow. "You're right, Xiao Xiao. Miss Hu is really playing dumb, because the look in her eyes is too rich for an 11-year-old child." Mu Chi told Xing Xiao on her way back. "I just hope that she won't bully third brother. That's all we can do to help him." Xing Xiao said nothing, but his eyes could not hide the hatred he had for the Sheng family. Mu Chi hugged Xing Xiao's arm and leaned her head on his shoulder. "There are some things that even you can't do. I'm thinking about something else," Xing Xiao suddenly said. Did you reveal your identity?" Xing Xiao pressed Mu Chi. Mu Chi did a double take. "Huh? She wouldn't misunderstand, would she? She's a fool now. Even if she misunderstands, she has to finish the act. Why do I feel like I'm causing trouble for third brother?" Chapter 470. Hu Ran didn't have any other thoughts. She only thought that her fiancé had a lover and had no choice but to marry her. Although she did not know how Mu Chi came to the Hu family or how she convinced her father to enter her room, she only knew that the girl seemed to care about the third young master of the Sheng family. Therefore, for the whole night, Hu Ran tossed and turned on the bed, unable to fall asleep. Xing Xiao was right. She had to keep up the act no matter what, because as a silly girl, how could she have the consciousness to reject marriage? Moreover, she had shown that she liked third young master. If she suddenly said that she did not like him, there was no telling how much trouble it would cause. That was why third young master had to endure it for now, even if he felt wronged. At most, she could think of a way to divorce him after she left the Hu family. The next morning, her stepmother suddenly appeared outside Hu Ran's room. Seeing that Hu Ran had already dressed up with the Xiao's help, She walked up to Hu Ran and asked her to leave. Xiao Ran, don't ever come back after you leave the Hu family. Otherwise, I won't be able to give you a brother. You know your father's situation. What if he doesn't have a son to inherit the family business? That's why, be a good girl, Xiao Ran. You must be obedient when you come to the Sheng family. Hu Ran pretended not to understand, although she naturally knew what her stepmother was planning. That was why her stepmother had been trying to kill her all these years just so she could get pregnant. This woman was just that vicious. And because of her words, Hu Ran was even more determined to marry into the Sheng family. Otherwise, she did not know if she would anger her stepmother and her life would be threatened again. Madam, the Sheng family's car is here. Young miss should get down. A Xiao's voice rang from outside the door. Her stepmother nodded and pinched Hu Ran's chin. I won't be merciful if you come back from the Sheng family. What is merciful? Hu Ran asked innocently. Be a good girl, Xiao Ran. Go and marry your little brother. Hu Ran was quickly helped downstairs. Meanwhile, third brother was already standing in the living room of the Hu family's house, ready to marry his bride. Because of Hu Ran's brain, they did not even have a formal ceremony. They just wanted to register their marriage shabbily. Papa Hu personally saw third brother off to the car and waved goodbye to his daughter. Don't be sad. Xiao Ran has someone better to take care of her now. You can't take care of her forever. Papa Hu nodded and held his wife's hand. You've worked hard all these years. Later, we should also plan to give Xiao Ran a younger brother. After hearing this, the stepmother's eyes lit up. Qinlan, a few years ago, I had no choice but to do it for Xiao Ran. Don't take it to heart. It's okay, I know you love Xiao Ran. However, since that fool had left the house, he could forget about ever coming back. Third brother was unaware that they had gone to look for Hu Ran and was bringing her to the Civil Affairs Bureau for registration. On the other hand, Hu Ran felt upset when she saw third brother. This man must be suffering because he could not marry the woman he liked. Xiao Ran, can you listen to me when we get to the Civil Affairs Bureau? Let me eat and play games with you from now on. Are you willing? I like him. I'm willing. Hu Ran answered innocently. And it was precisely because Hu Ran was so cooperative that the marriage registration was a simple matter. Third brother had never thought that he would get married just like that, and it was very sad when he thought about it now. Are you happy that Xiao Ran is my wife now? Hu Ran held the marriage certificate, but did not answer third brother's question, and simply gave him a hug. Xiao Ran will be very, very good to you. Was that the only consolation he had? Third brother smiled bitterly, and the two returned to the Sheng residence. Meanwhile, Gu Xiling had already prepared their new house. You're back. Go see grandfather. Third brother brought Hu Ran to the living room and handed the marriage certificate to the old man, because he knew very well that the old man was afraid that they were faking it. It's good that you're married. Third brother, you and Xiao Ran should start a family as soon as possible from now on. It's your big day today. Bring Xiao Ran to your room to celebrate. After all, the old man believed that Hu Ran would need time and guidance in that regard, which was why he had the couple return to their room to nurture their relationship. Grandfather, there are some things that men and women shouldn't talk about. I'm sure third brother would be too embarrassed to say it, which is why let me do it for him as his sister-in-law. Gu Xiling suddenly suggested to the old man. Old Sheng thought about it and found it reasonable. If that's the case, you two should get along well. Third brother, play chess with me. Gu Xiling walked up to Hu Ran, intending to take her away from third brother. However, third brother refused. Grandfather, I would teach my wife since she's mine. There's no need to trouble second sister. After all, he did not know what Gu Xiling was up to behind his back, and Hu Ran was no match for her now. Your second sister is doing it for your own good, but do whatever you want. The old man did not insist. After that, third brother brought Hu Ran back to their room. It was only after they closed the door that third brother helped Hu Ran sit on the sofa and told her, Xiao Ran, don't trust anyone in this house. No matter how nice the people you met just now are to you. You must remember what I told you. Don't believe a word they say. Hu Ran scratched her hair and looked at third brother in confusion. But why? Daddy said that I must listen to my family. There's no why. Just promise me, all right? Hu Ran hesitated for a moment before she finally nodded. All right then. Also, little brother, Ashio told me that from now on, we'll bathe and sleep together. Is that true? Third brother could only answer Hu Ran's question. Big brother will take care of you like Shio. Are you happy? Xiao Ran is very happy. Third brother breathed a sigh of relief and got up to open the wardrobe in their new room. He could not help feeling embarrassed when he saw that both he and Hu Ran had half of their clothes, with some of them being female undergarments. After all, Hu Ran's mind was still young, but she had a mature woman's body. If he took care of her, she would definitely. Chapter 471. No, from now on, Xiao Ran will be your only little brother. Third brother took out a set of home clothes from his wardrobe and returned to Hu Ran. The dress you're wearing would definitely be uncomfortable. Do you know how to change into this, Xiao Ran? I do, Hu Ran said, tugging at the clothes. In truth, Hu Ran thought that third brother would cut off everything in the past, including his lover, for the sake of their marriage. And that only made her feel even more guilty. That was why she would never refuse third brother's requests, nor would she deliberately tease him. Still, the situation they were in now was really awkward, and third brother was taking care of her like a child. In fact, that lover of his was quite beautiful. Now that we have third young madam in the house, even if she's not very bright and easy to coax, you guys had better keep your spirits up and take good care of her. In the living room, the butler was reprimanding the servants. Even so, his choice of words made third brother uncomfortable. That was why he turned and told the butler, "Don't let me hear anything like not bright in the future." Understood, third young master. With that, third brother was about to leave when Gu Xiling suddenly asked him, "Are you sure you don't need my help?" Second sister-in-law, you seem to be very interested in the affairs between husband and wife. Is this a normal relationship between husband and wife? Gu Xiling smiled. Isn't having a wife the same as not having one? Otherwise, why would you come out when grandfather told you to rest in the room, and even plan to go out? Third brother did not explain and left Hu Ran behind. But soon, he returned to the room, holding a girl's things in his hand. After all, Hu Ran had said that her stomach was not feeling well when she changed her clothes, but was too shy to tell him where it was. It was only when third brother saw the blood stains in the bathroom that he realized that the little girl was having her period and was holding it in. That was why he went out to buy girls' personal items. Hu Ran was rolling around on the bed in pain, and third brother quickly did some research and applied a hot compress on her to ease her pain. Little brother, is Xiao Ran going to die? Third brother sat on the bed and hugged Hu Ran, massaging her abdomen. Xiao Ran won't die. She's very healthy. Hu Ran's face was completely red. She lay on the bed in pain for a few hours before falling into a deep sleep. Third brother heaved a sigh of relief when he saw Hu Ran closing her eyes. This was his new wife. For the whole day, Grandpa Sheng did not ask about them. Lunch and dinner were sent to the new house by the servants. In the middle of the night, Hu Ran opened her eyes and saw third brother leaning on the chaise lounge. She could not bear to see him like this. However, she wasn't faking her menstrual cramps. However, she did not expect that this third young master would not be afraid of getting dirty and have the patience to take care of a fool like her. So, while third brother was asleep, she got up from the bed and pulled the blanket over him. At the same time, she began to hesitate. Should she tell this generous third young master that she was pretending to be a fool and sign a divorce agreement with him? Hu Ran quietly rejected the idea after thinking about it for a while. She did not really understand third brother and did not want to take the risk. That night, everyone in the Sheng family was talking about whether third young master could consummate his marriage with a fool and whether their child would be a fool too. When third brother walked out of his room the next day, he found the servants cleaning outside the door, but they were actually eavesdropping. Third brother's face did not look good. He brought Hu Ran to the dining room. Xiao Ran, it's time for breakfast. Did you sleep well last night? Hu Ran blushed when she remembered how third brother massaged her abdomen. She answered Grandpa Sheng. Xiao Ran slept well. She looked as if something had happened between her and third brother. Everyone was shocked. It's good that you slept well. From now on, this is your home, Xiao Ran. Who Ran deliberately pretended not to understand and smiled foolishly. Third brother pretended not to hear the question and continued eating his breakfast. Since you are married to Xiao Ran, you should find some time to return to your post. Xiao Ran has a family to take care of her. Third brother shook his head at the old man's words. There's no rush. Xiao Ran is unfamiliar with the place and the people. I'll let her get used to it before I can relax. Third brother, I couldn't tell that you care so much about Xiao Ran. Well, do as you please. Hu Ran ate her breakfast innocently, pretending not to know or care about anyone. Meanwhile, third brother only cared about Hu Ran's meals, completely ignoring the discussion about Huang Yao between Sheng Kai and the old man. This was the difference between being favored and not favored. Hu Ran finally understood third brother's position in the Sheng family. They were both grandchildren, but the old man found second brother the best wife and helped him to the throne of Huang Yao's CEO. But when it came to third brother, the old man was only matched with a foolish girl and a dispensable post. He was a pitiful man, but how could she help him? Most importantly, she did not know what third brother needed now that he had no desires. Or was it to let him meet his lover to ease his feelings of lovesickness? Little bro, Xiao Ran is going to hobby class later. Could you come with me? As a matter of fact, she would not need anyone's company when they got there, and third brother could meet the girl he liked then. All right, third brother agreed without hesitation. She was helping third brother to meet the girl he liked. It was a show of her sincerity, because she would definitely need third brother's help when the time came. But little did she know that she had misunderstood the relationship between third brother and Mu Chi from start to finish. The truth was that Mu Chi really missed third brother. There was no telling when Misu would lay her cards on the table with third brother, and was afraid that she would toy with him. Seeing that, Shang Xiao could not help telling her, if you're really worried that Misu would misunderstand about what happened 2 nights ago, I'll arrange a meeting with third brother tomorrow to clarify things. Let's clarify. I don't want to cause any misunderstanding. Mu Chi said as she wrapped her arms around Shang Xiao's neck. Now, the news of third brother marrying a silly girl is spreading like wildfire. They even said that their children will be silly too. Moreover, the Sheng family still has monsters like Gu Xiling and sixth brother. Come down. Isn't the forensics lab busy lately? You haven't even left the house yet. Sheng Xiao could not move at all with his little one wrapped around him. Chapter 472. But I have an important meeting at 9, Sheng Xiao replied, cupping her bum. Secretary, he is there too. After hearing that, Mu Chi jumped down from Sheng Xiao's body and wrapped her arms around his waist. Then you go, or do you want to go back to your room and have 300 rounds? Mu Chi looked at his half-smile and promptly let go of him as if nothing had happened, muttering to herself, the professor told me to go early today. I should be going out too. A fool who had the guts to start a fire, but not the guts to put it out. Soon, third brother and Hu Ran left the Sheng family's house, and when they reached the manga hobby class, Hu Ran chased third brother away. Little brother, you can go play by yourself, and come get me in 2 hours. I'll stay here with you. It's fine. I don't want anyone to disturb me when I'm drawing. You can go play by yourself. Hu Ran hoped that third brother would seize the opportunity to meet his sweetheart. That was why she closed the door after entering the drawing room. As expected, third brother did not follow her, but sat on the wooden stool outside the drawing room. Perhaps hidden by the tree, Hu Ran assumed that he had left. Sister Hu, don't be so shy. Everyone is saying that you've slept with a man and would have a silly baby. Hu Ran was taken aback. Even children these days knew how to tease others about such things. Hu Ran didn't want to argue with the children, so she retreated to the side. However, the 2 children didn't let go. They splashed the gouache paint on Hu Ran. Idiot, you're an idiot. My mom said that you're already in your 20s, yet you're still learning comics from children. Aren't you ashamed? Unable to hold back, Hu Ran pushed open the door to the drawing room. But she did not expect third brother to turn around from beneath the tree. He did not leave. Third brother promptly put away his phone when he saw the paint all over Hu Ran and walked to her. Xiao Ran, what happened? Little brother, I was bullied. Hu Ran said, sounding extremely aggrieved. The children call me an idiot and a fool. Third brother walked up to her and picked her up. You're still on your period. Don't catch a cold. Go back and change first. As for the children, I'll discipline them for them if their parents don't know how to discipline them. Hu Ran could not say anything. For a moment, when she saw third brother, she suddenly did not know how to act. Soon, third brother brought Hu Ran home and placed her back in their new room amidst the surprised looks of the servants. Thanks to Gu Xiling, their room was equivalent to a suite. Of course, there was a big enough bathroom. Take off your clothes and bathe yourself. Can you? Hu Ran nodded. I can wash myself. I'll wait for you outside. Since Hu Ran could not take a bath, she could only take a shower. Still, she sighed deeply when she remembered that third brother did not visit his lover. Why was this man so stubborn? He was given such a good opportunity, but he didn't go. After the shower, Hu Ran returned to the bedroom, where third brother was drying her hair with a dry towel. Tell me if anyone scolds you. Little brother will stand up for you. Little brother has grievances too, don't you? Hu Ran asked tentatively. Little brother has no desires. There was nothing sadder than a dead heart. It was only then that one would have no desires. Hu Ran could feel that third brother was very patient with her, but there was not a hint of true love. He was simply fulfilling his duty as a husband. That was why Hu Ran, who had her back to third brother, suddenly turned and reached out to stroke his cheek. Little brother is not happy, and Xiao Ran is not happy either. That has nothing to do with you. Come, dry your hair. Little brother must be laughed at for marrying Xiao Ran, just like how the children laughed at me today. It's fine. It will all pass. Third brother replied nonchalantly. Well, do you have anything you want, little brother? Xiao Ran could do magic for you. Third brother thought about it and laughed self-deprecatingly. I don't have anything I want. It's fine as long as Xiao Ran is happy. Even though the Sheng family appeared to be treating third brother the same as before, Hu Ran knew that after third brother married a fool like her, the Sheng family would avoid her whenever they went out, as if afraid that they would have anything to do with the fool. If she were third brother, she would think of every way she could to torture herself. Would she even have the chance to dry her hair gently like this? That was why she was not wrong about this man. Since we can't go to the hobby class today, let's go for a walk in the garden, shall we? Don't you have to work, little brother? When I was at home, Xiao Ran couldn't see my father all day. The Sheng family doesn't need me. Let's go. How tragic was life. Third brother simply said that the Sheng family didn't need him. Both of them arrived at the garden. The sun was warm, but just as they sat on the floor, third brother suddenly saw Gu Xiling waving at him. Third brother approached Gu Xiling reluctantly and asked impatiently, "What is it? Did you know that Grandpa transferred your father to a Middle Eastern country? Doesn't Grandpa know that it's not safe there?" Third brother panicked. It must be an important mission. I'm just telling you. Third brother nodded and thanked Gu Xiling with his hands on his hips. Thanks, second sister. One more thing. Although Grandpa has freed you, he still doesn't trust you. He doesn't need you to do anything for Huang Yao either, and he simply doesn't want any of the Sheng family's descendants to join Sheng Shao. With your current situation, you might have to live the rest of your life in silence if you have another burden. Third brother watched Hu Ran from afar as she played by herself and said, I don't think she's a burden. I would have a hard life if I thought so too. Suit yourself. The main reason he stayed with the Sheng family was because he didn't want old Sheng to trouble his parents too much so that they could relax a little. Even so, he didn't expect that old Sheng would not spare his parents easily even if he stayed with the Sheng family. Hu Ran could see third brother's dark expression from afar and guessed that something must have happened to him. But when he returned to Hu Ran's side, he said nothing and told her to hold it in. That man was such a fool. In fact, the old man's decisions were confidential and only Shen Kai knew about it. And yet, Gu Xiling deliberately told third brother about it. Why? Perhaps watching others suffer was one of her hobbies now. After all, Shen Kai couldn't give her a child. In order to stabilize her position, she couldn't let third brother and grandpa, Sheng, get along well. Even if Hu Ran's child might be mentally retarded, She couldn't rule out the possibility that the child would be healthy and get Grandpa Sheng's love. Chapter 473. What's wrong, little brother? Third brother said nothing, and kept Hu Ran company after they returned to the grass. Knowing that he was in a bad mood, Hu Ran did not disturb him too much. Still, Hu Ran was already lying on the bed when they rested at night, while third brother sat blankly on the headboard, watching Hu Ran sleep even though he was not sleepy at all. On the next day, Hu Ran woke up early and helped third brother to his bed before going out to get breakfast. Meanwhile, Gu Xiling and Sheng Kai were already having breakfast in the dining room. Third sister-in-law, come and have breakfast, Gu Xiling called. At that moment, Sheng Kai stood up. Obviously, he was on a work of Huang Yao. So, only Hu Ran and Gu Xiling were left at the dining table. Why don't I see third brother? Little brother is in a bad mood. He didn't sleep last night. Hu Ran deliberately tried to get information out of third brother. After Gu Xiling and third brother's conversation yesterday, third brother was a little dispirited. Of course, his parents have been transferred to work in the Middle East, where there is war at any time. Sister-in-law, you'd better be obedient and don't give him any pressure. Grandpa is now guarding against third brother. He doesn't like third brother and treats him like a living dead. His only use is to marry you. Moreover, outsiders are mocking him now. Don't you think he would get sick if this goes on? The scariest thing is that he still has to take care of you. Gu Xiling did not finish the last word, because Hu Ran's expression was so innocent that one would think that she did not hear a word she said. Gu Xiling felt as if she was playing the lute to a cow. Well, big sister, could you make my little brother happy? I think he's happiest when he's with you now. Gu Xiling was mocking Hu Ran for being a child, while third brother would be carefree when he was with a child. Hu Ran could feel the pessimism and despair in the depths of third brother's heart when he sat on the headboard for an entire night. Staying in such a home, he would certainly go crazy. Of course he would. That was why Hu Ran made a decision in that instant. If third brother went to the Hu family with her, he would be free from the Sheng family's control. There was no telling if he would be willing. But he still had a girl he liked. Third brother was woken up by Sheng Zhao's phone call. He asked Hu Ran to join him for dinner. Third brother sat up on the bed and looked for Hu Ran. He thought that she had run away, so he got up anxiously to look for her. Fortunately, he met Hu Ran at the door with breakfast in her hands. Where did you go? Little brother, I brought you breakfast. Hu Ran waved a tray in her hand. Come and eat. It's delicious. When Hu Ran put down the things in her hands, third brother immediately hugged her. Don't go out when I'm not around. I don't want to be unable to protect you. When Hu Ran heard this, her heart was moved. She had never thought that she would marry such a heart-wrenching man. Xiao Ran will listen to you. She won't run around. Third brother realized that his hug might have been too aggressive, so he let go of her and sat down in front of the small wooden table. Thank you, Xiao Ran. Hu Ran forced a smile and very much wanted to hug third brother from behind. Can I call you third brother from now on? Call me whatever you like. Third brother was fine with it. Xiao Ran won't let anyone bully you. Third brother couldn't help chuckling at that. Maybe I really need your protection, Xiao Ran. You have to pull yourself together, third brother. It was clear how cold-blooded old Sheng was, that he would place someone else's parents in such a dangerous place. But if she didn't help third brother, then no one would help him. That was why she had to think of a way to get old Sheng to transfer them back. Even so, there had to be no trace of it. Even as Hu Ran thought about it, she realized that she had been worrying too much when she came to her senses. After all, she and third brother would eventually divorce, and third brother already had a girl he loved. Even so, when she saw that the lonely and helpless figure was so similar to how she used to be, she could not bear to see third brother stay silent. Well, whatever happened to her and third brother in the end, she was willing to do her part because her new husband had never shown her any bad side. In the evening, third brother brought Hu Ran out of the house. Naturally, no one knew. After all, there was now a special person in the house. Now, old Sheng did not care if third brother would join them for dinner, because Hu Ran was like a child who needed company. That gave third brother the chance to bring Hu Ran out. Who are we meeting, third brother? A pair of good friends. Third brother answered even as he led Hu Ran into the hotel. Meanwhile, Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi were already waiting respectfully in a private room. Soon, they entered the private room. Hu Ran did a double take when she saw Mu Qiqi. Was this man going to introduce his old flame to her? Was he that direct? Of course, she only thought that Mu Qiqi knew that she was pretending to be dumb and felt a little guilty. She did not see Sheng Xiao hugging Mu Qiqi, but she could not ignore the noble and possessive man beside Mu Qiqi. You're here. Xiao Ran, this is eighth brother, and this is our little sister-in-law. Third brother introduced them to Hu Ran. Hu Ran did a double take. Wasn't she an old flame? She had been thinking for the past few days, but Mu Qiqi smiled. I've met third sister-in-law before. When? Third brother asked Mu Qiqi in surprise. It was a coincidence, Mu Qiqi explained. But in fact, she was hinting at the night of their wedding. Why did you suddenly ask us out for dinner? Third brother still did not know Sheng Xiao's intention. Could it be that he wanted to be alone with Hu Ran? There are some things that I didn't make clear. I'm afraid of misunderstanding. Sheng Xiao said meaningfully. Actually, I met third sister-in-law with Xiao Qia. Hu Ran should understand now that he said that, right? They went together that night. Third brother did not have a flame at all. Hu Ran did not know whether to laugh or cry at the mistake she made. No wonder third brother did not contact his old flame, no matter how hard she tried. It turned out that she had misunderstood. And it was clear from the conversation between the two that they did not intend to expose her playing dumb. What did you not make clear? Are you two going to play tricks today? You're blind. What can you do? Sheng Xiao snorted. Third sister-in-law is quite cute. Mu Qiqi tried to smooth things over for them. Third brother turned to look at Hu Ran. He found that she was not used to meeting strangers. So, he explained, Xiao Ran, I'm very close to them. Don't you like them? Hu Ran shook her head. I don't dislike them. Chapter 474. You're married now, and you have someone you need to take care of. Don't you have any plans? Sheng Xiao looked at them. It was clear that both of them were still unaware of their marriage. Because with your current situation, you might not even be able to take care of third sister-in-law. Third brother laughed self-deprecatingly at that. You're right. My parents have been transferred to the Middle East, and you know that there's a war raging there at any moment. But what can I do? I'm just an idler who needs to take care of my wife and the Sheng family now. You need someone to work with you if you want to change the situation. Sheng Xiao looked at Hu Ran as he said that. But you won't be able to achieve anything if you're alone, and keep your guard up. No, why are the things you said tonight so strange? After all, Sheng Xiao's words are not meant for him to hear at all. What's second brother's situation now? Mu Qiqi knew that Hu Ran did not trust third brother enough, and so changed the topic. He's becoming more and more like grandfather, and he has second sister-in-law who loves to see the world in chaos by his side. What could possibly happen? Even Lin Mu and knows how to seek protection. If you have any plans, just give me a call. Sheng Xiao said to third brother. If you give in, the Shengs will only take a mile after giving an inch. You know that better than anyone else. I'm afraid that you'll be checked if you're out for too long. Go back. We're going home too. With that, Sheng Xiao got up and put his arm around Mu Qiqi's waist, and they left the hotel intimately, leaving Hu Ran and third brother spacing out in front of a table full of delicious dishes. The two of them said a lot of strange things. Why did they leave just like that? They didn't even eat. After all, they were not here to see him. They were here to clarify their relationship with Hu Ran. Xiao Ran, let's go home too. All right, third brother. Hu Ran had no objections. Soon, they reached the main entrance of Sheng Mansion. That was when Sheng Kai told third brother in the living room, let's go to the study. Grandfather wants to see you. Third brother did a double take. Thinking that the old man was asking where he and Hu Ran were going, he told Hu Ran, Xiao Ran, can you go back to your room first? I'll be with you later. Hu Ran also had a lot of things to figure out, so she nodded. Then, third brother, come back soon. Third brother turned around and went to Grandpa Sheng's study. At this time, Hu Ran quickly returned to the new house and turned on the computer to check on Sheng Xiao. Everyone knew about him and Mu Qiqi. However, she had pretended to be a fool for 2 years and missed it. So this was the famous crown prince of the Shang family. And the story between him and Mu Chi was also talked about by many people. And from their relationship just now, Hu Ran could tell that they were in love. In that case, her new husband's emotional world was really a blank. If that was the case, she didn't have to feel guilty. But when she thought of the man who was restricted in every way, she felt inexplicably sad. She didn't know how third brother would be embarrassed in the study. Third brother also thought that he was going to be embarrassed. But when Grandpa Sheng called him in, he said, "Although I am very strict with you, it's almost time for you to go back to work in Huangyao. Now that your second brother needs a deputy CEO, only you can take this position. I can only be at ease if the Sheng family's business is managed by the Sheng family. As for Xiaoran, just spend more time with her after work. I will ask Xiling to arrange a maid to take care of her, or you can find a reliable person to take care of her." Third brother stood there in a daze, thinking that he had misheard. Was Grandpa Sheng asking him to go back to Huangyao to take up an important position? Wait for 2 days when Xiaoran is more familiar with it. You have to go back to work yourself. Tell your second brother. Grandpa Sheng didn't care about such trivial things. But because of Grandpa Sheng's kind attitude, he found it a little unbelievable. Was Grandpa Sheng not afraid that he would collude with Sheng Xiao? Walking out of Grandpa Sheng's study, third brother saw Sheng Kai at the door. "Grandpa asked you to come back to work, right? When are you going to take up your post?" "We'll see," third brother said. He wanted to know why Grandpa Sheng would do such a thing. Therefore, when he returned to his room, third brother tried calling his parents, but there was no answer. That was when Hu Ran walked up to third brother, tugging at his sleeve and asking, "Third brother wasn't bullied, was he?" Third brother shook his head. He found it weird, which was why he tried calling his parents that night. But there was no answer even when the next morning arrived. Third brother was very worried and wanted to ask Shinkai about it. But just as he reached the dining room, the old man hit him with his walking stick. Third brother was forced to kneel on the floor before he could react. "Grandpa, this has nothing to do with third brother. Don't take it out on him." "What happened?" Third brother looked up at Grandpa Sheng and Sheng Kai blankly. "You're asking what happened? Your parents abandoned the entire team and ran away with Huang Yao's funds." Grandpa Sheng said angrily. "Third brother, don't tell me this has nothing to do with you. I couldn't get through to them the whole day yesterday and was about to ask second brother if he knew." Third brother explained. "You still want to pretend in front of me?" Grandpa Sheng shoved Sheng Kai away and used his walking stick to hit third brother hard. He was a completely different person from the one who told third brother to go to work yesterday. Perhaps hearing the commotion, Hu Ran quickly went to the living room to find third brother kneeling on the floor. "Why did you hit third brother? You're all bad people. I'm telling my father." Grandpa Sheng only put away his walking stick when he saw Hu Ran protecting third brother. "Grandpa, this matter isn't clear yet. What if it really has nothing to do with third brother?" Grandpa Sheng looked to the side. In the end, he only said one sentence, "Get lost." For Xiaoran's sake. Third brother sneered and rose to his feet before returning to his room with Hu Ran's help. Hu Ran felt terrible when she saw him sitting on the bed like that. After all, she had never seen a grandfather treat his own grandson like that. At this time, Gu Xiling knocked on the door of their room and brought in the medicine. "Your second brother asked you to send this." "Thank you, second sister. Actually, your parents called me yesterday afternoon and asked if they could retreat from the Middle East because it's too dangerous." But Grandpa did not agree. After saying this, Gu Xiling left the room. Her meaning could not be clearer. His parents had requested to retreat because of the danger, but Grandpa would not agree. Chapter 475. Even though third brother knew that Gu Xiling's words could only be half believed, his heart was still in turmoil. Unable to stand it, Hu Ran went up to him and hugged him. "Third brother, don't be sad." Third brother smiled, but there were tears at the corner of his eyes. "Eighth brother is right. I might not be able to protect you, Xiaoran." "Then let's protect each other, Hu Ran's naive gaze suddenly faded, and she looked at third brother seriously. Third brother looked at her in confusion, but she held his hand instead. Although I don't know how your brother knew I was faking it, I have to admit that he is really good. No one suspected me over the last 2 years, except for your brother and your little sister-in-law. I'm just pretending, Huran replied to third brother. Third brother laughed self-deprecatingly at that. So, you lie to everyone? Third brother, let me finish. I was forced to play dumb, or I would have died thousands of times over. Do you know? My stepmother tried to kill me time and time again. She drugged my food, fed me food that was incompatible with mine, and even hired a killer to crash my car, causing me to have a car accident. If I didn't pretend to be stupid, I wouldn't have lived until now. So please forgive me for having no other choice. Third brother nodded at that. I understand. So, use me. Use me to do many things you want. Huran told him. Didn't your brother ask you to contact him? You can use me as an excuse to meet him and plan your grand scheme. Third brother was shocked at that. Why are you telling me all this? Aren't you afraid? I'm married to you now, and I'm a member of the Sheng family. Even if my stepmother learns that I've recovered, it wouldn't be easy for her to do anything to me. That's why I'm willing to marry you. I want to stay alive. Your brother is right. We all have our own goals. If we want to achieve them, we have to be on the same path. Otherwise, even if we have strength, it will be wasted because of what happened today. So, I've decided to tell you about me pretending to be a fool. Do you want to work with me to change your situation? Anyway, I can't stand it anymore. Do you want to be tortured like this for the rest of your life? It wasn't your or your parents' fault, but in the end, it became your fault. Don't you feel like living like this is torturous? Third brother lowered his head helplessly. Of course it's torturous. Since it's torturous, are you willing to change everything with me? I'll help you fight for a position in the Sheng family, and you'll protect me until I kick that woman out of the Hu family and get her punishment. You believe that I can protect you? Third brother did not believe himself. I believe you. Huran looked at third brother sincerely. I think your brother and sister-in-law want us to be honest with each other. That's why we met yesterday. Then what about our marriage? If you don't mind me and don't have a girl you like, why don't you try it with me? I've never liked anyone either. If we still can't become a real husband and wife in the end, then we'll set each other free. Okay? It seemed that Huran had thought too much. How do you want to change my situation? Huran sat down beside third brother. After a moment of silence, she said, I've observed you for a few days. I don't think your relationship with Grandpa is that bad. You just don't want to cater to Grandpa, and second sister-in-law is stirring things up. So the conflict between you two will only increase. If you are really thinking about your parents and want to protect the people you think are important to you, why don't you try to take revenge first? Perhaps right now, every word you say to your enemy and every smile you show is disgusting. I've been disgusted for 2 years, but I still feel that it's more important to get what you want. It's never too late for a gentleman to take his revenge. You're right, so the first thing we need to do now is to get rid of second sister-in-law. Although we always get the news through her, we must let your grandfather know her purpose and what role she played in the middle. Don't let him suspect you every time. Looking at Huran's current state and the way she pretended to be a fool, it was a world of difference. It must be hard for you to pretend to be a fool these 2 years, isn't it? It's hard, but no one recognized me, except for your little brother. Huran answered, I know you are worried about your parents now. You are afraid that something will happen to them and that the Sheng family will find them. I think we can ask your little brother for help. Isn't it beneficial for us if your parents are not in the Sheng family? If my parents really ran away, I don't need to stay in the Sheng family anymore. After all, he was willing to marry Huran for his parents' sake. Huran was disappointed, but not angry. I understand what you were thinking. If you really want to leave the Sheng family, but now I don't want to leave. Didn't you ask me to work with you? I agreed. Third brother, I've said that I will be responsible for my wife since I'm married. What do you want to do with second sister-in-law? Huran looked at third brother seriously. When she was sure that he was not joking, she leaned over and whispered into his ear, I'm still a fool when it comes to outsiders. Don't let more people know about this. That way, we can cover it up. I'll go to your grandfather and fight for you. I'll let him know about what second sister-in-law has revealed. Then second sister-in-law will target you. If she targets me, it will be easier for us to find her weakness. Hu Ran answered. After all, in her eyes, I'm a fool. It's not too much for me to make a fool of myself. Third brother held Hu Ran's hand. Before this, I said that I would protect you. But I can't believe it. Because I have nothing now. But for now on, I can let go of my reluctance and play along with you no matter what. Is this considered protecting you? Yes. Hu Ran nodded. But there's one thing. We can lie to others, but we can't lie to each other. Can you do it? Or else, I don't know what's the point of me staying. Chapter 476. That was certainly not a problem, because third brother believed that he should maintain the way he treated Hu Ran before she decided to make it public. Otherwise, wouldn't he be harming Hu Ran if he exposed himself in front of outsiders? So, he nodded his head solemnly. Then you have to tell me in detail how you managed to escape from your stepmother's schemes. Hu Ran also nodded. Then, she began to recall the unpleasant experiences in her life. It was a little stuffy in the room with the heater on at night. It was already 11 o'clock when Mu Chi ended the call with Lu Qianqian. Sheng Xiao returned to his room and saw the excited smile on his little one's face. He could guess what she had talked about with Lu Qianqian. Do you women always like to talk about your private affairs? Every woman has the right to flaunt their happiness. Mu Chi retorted, putting away her phone. Lu Qianqian is here to ask about experience? You know about that too? Mu Chi was taken aback. Xiao Xiao, tell me, can you see through people's hearts? Sheng Xiao sat on the edge of the bed and pulled Mu Chi into his arms, letting her head rest on his thighs. Actually, it's not hard to guess at all. Lu Qianqian is attending the board meeting tomorrow, and Lin Mu, and would definitely do something to encourage her today. How boring. I hope that everyone around me can be happy. I wonder if this miss who could think things through and stand on third brother's side. Otherwise, how hard would third brother's days be? Mu Chi lay on Sheng Xiao's body, her voice clearly muffled. Sheng Xiao reached out to stroke Mu Chi's hair. It was dark and soft, and her scent flowed through his fingers, leaving him very emotional. You always think of others. Do you remember what I said before? We'll register our marriage abroad on your 20th birthday. Is that piece of paper really that important? Mu Chi turned over and asked Sheng Xiao. Moreover, the country won't acknowledge it. What? You don't care about me now? How could I not want you? I just want you too much. That's why I feel that a piece of paper is useless. Because I believe in our relationship. Mu Chi quickly hugged his waist. It's good now. I feel safe. However, Sheng Xiao held her butt and said, that won't do. I don't have it. What if you run away one day? If I run away, can't you just catch me and bring me back? Mu Chi yawned in his arms. Xiao Xiao, I'm sleepy. Let's rest. Sheng Xiao nodded and asked her to lie down on the bed. After she closed her eyes, he went to the bathroom, washed up, and went to bed. The two of them looked like an old married couple. Sheng Xiao looked at this and felt a little helpless. She did not want to register her marriage with him. This was too much for CEO Sheng to handle. On the other hand, Lin Mu knew that Lu Qianqian was going to the board meeting tomorrow, so he came back to accompany her. Mama Lu cooked their favorite dishes for them, and a family of 3 enjoyed the meal warmly and peacefully. After the meal, Mama Lu went to talk to her neighbor, while Lin Mu accompanied Lu Qianqian to the study to read the documents for tomorrow. Are you nervous? Lu Qianqian looked at Lin Mu and beside her and nodded. I think I'm going for an interview. The people from Zhongting will be there too. They will help you. You don't have to be afraid. I know they will be there, but I still hope that I can convince those old antiques with my own ability. Lu Qianqian said seriously. Lu Qianqian said seriously. I want them to know that I'm not a silly girl or a vase. In the past 2 years, I've been seriously learning how to be a manager. Lin Mu hugged her and kissed her forehead. I believe you. It's so late. Aren't you going back to the police academy? Lu Qianqian asked Lin Mu, and after a while, she actually knew that this man was staying to accompany her. Is my girlfriend trying to drive me away? Of course I want you to stay. Lu Qianqian said honestly. Lin Mu and held Lu Qianqian's head and pulled her closer to him, kissing her uncontrollably. They kissed passionately on the carpet in the study. Eventually, Lin Muan could not take it anymore and carried Lu Qianqian. Let's go back to the room. The bed in Lu Qianqian's room soon sank. Lu Qianqian's face was flushed and nervous as she lay flat on the bed, bearing the weight of two people. Some of the things Mu Chi-Chi had taught her flashed through her mind, such as looking for a man's sensitive spots. But when it really came to that moment, she suddenly panicked and did not know where to put her hands and feet. "You need to breathe," Lin Mu, and quickly reminded her when he saw her holding her breath. Lu Qianqian was a little embarrassed. Both of them were almost unrestrained, which made her even more embarrassed. Lin Mu and was a little uncomfortable when he saw her like that. But that discomfort was jealousy that others had seen such a beautiful side of Lu Qianqian. Both of their bodies were pressed against each other, and their body temperature was high. But Lin Mu held Lu Qianqian's hands and said, "Now we are boyfriend and girlfriend. So, when I see you, I can't help but want to eat you up. But even if you believe me, I still hope that everything will happen naturally when I can give you a guarantee. I will be happier then. So, tonight is just to relieve the pain of lovesickness. I am very satisfied to be able to hug you and have a good sleep." Lu Qianqian could feel his excitement and could feel his thoughtfulness. "Then, let's sleep. Don't move. Otherwise, I can't guarantee if I can hold it back." Lin Mu turned to the side and held Lu Qianqian in his arms. Both of them were naked and stuck together, but he still maintained his rationality. Lu Qianqian was relieved and put her arms around Lin Muan's waist. She was not shy at all. She only felt safe because this man made her feel that he was worth it. This night was the most difficult night of Lin Muan's life, wasn't it? Hugging the girl he loved, but could only kiss and rub against her. It was a fatal test for any man, but he endured it. The next morning, both of them woke up in each other's arms. Lin Mu looked at Lu Qianqian's chest and clicked his tongue. "I didn't see it last night, so it's just a small bun. You're just a chopstick." Lu Qianqian got up and grabbed her nightgown. But at that moment, Lin Mu threw her nightgown away and pressed her under his body, continuing to kiss her madly. Chapter 477. And when Lu Qianqian had successfully taken over Lu Holdings, he intended to formally propose to her. He intended to officially shoulder the responsibility of being Lu Qianqian's fiancé. Actually, Lin Mu was not the only one who could not sleep that night. Hu Ran and third brother had a long talk at the Sheng residence and did not sleep at all. They talked openly to each other to better understand each other and to nurture their relationship. And it was precisely because they were kindred spirits that they sympathized with each other. But soon, Gu Xiling knocked on their door. "Third brother, Grandpa wants you to go to the living room." Third brother went to the bedroom to wash his face and shared a look with Hu Ran. Hu Ran understood what he meant. They were going to tear Gu Xiling apart today. Third brother went to the living room as the old man told him to, only to find the old man sitting at the head of the table with a dark look on his face. "I found your parents, and they're on their way back. I just want to ask you, what should we do with them?" "Third brother, you should know that I hate it when people betray the Sheng family. You can do whatever you want with them, Grandpa. Even if they're my parents, they're your sons." Third brother reminded old Sheng. "I can still remember the fire that engulfed Jing Ting even now. Grandpa, you must remember it clearly too, right? Don't think that I wouldn't dare to touch them. Grandpa, before you touch them, can you answer a few questions for me? Why must you be so cruel to your own son? How could you turn a blind eye when he called for help? Is it because I'm close to eighth brother? You know very well why my parents would run away. The Middle East is a place where blood is shed at every turn. Why would my parents betray the Sheng family? It's because you sent them to their deaths, Grandpa." Old Sheng was enraged at that. "You know that too? Who told you that? You don't need to know how I know. I just know that you want to kill your son and daughter-in-law." Old Sheng was speechless. Only Sheng Kai and Gu Xiling knew about it. Third brother's parents did call, but they did not call for help. So why did third brother become the one who wanted to kill his own son? Gu Ziling's face darkened, because she did not expect third brother to be so stupid that he almost sold her out. That was when Hu Ran came out of the room. When she saw third brother kneeling on the ground again, she immediately went up to him and hugged him. "You're bullying my third brother again. You're all bad people, all of you." Xiao Ran, "Grandpa is just asking your third brother a question." "Oof, I don't believe you. Every time that big sister comes to pass on a message, nothing good comes out of it." Hu Ran pointed at Gu Ziling and said to everyone in the Sheng family, "Grandpa is not a good person either." That sister said that third brother's parents called to come back, but Grandpa did not allow them to come back. He wants them to stay in a dangerous place. Grandpa Sheng's face turned pale. He immediately called out to Gu Ziling. "Ziling, did you tell third brother about this?" "Humph, it's her," Hu Ran said childishly. Gu Ziling's heart raced, and she hurriedly stepped forward. "Grandpa, I don't dare. What did you tell third brother?" Gu Ziling was very hesitant. She gulped. I told him," she said this. "Actually, your parents called yesterday afternoon and asked Grandpa if they could retreat from the Middle East because it's too dangerous." But Grandpa did not agree. Hu Ran deliberately mimicked Gu Ziling's tone when she answered Grandpa Sheng. "No, that's not right. Grandpa, sister-in-law is wronging me. She's just a child. How could she remember so clearly?" "You're wrong. Xiao Ran's behavior is more convincing because children are good at imitating others." Grandpa Shun replied to Gu Ziling. "Why did you go to third brother and stir up trouble?" So, did my parents call for help or not?" Third brother seized the opportunity to confirm the matter. "They did call, but they called for more funds. They did not mention that they were in danger." Grandpa Sheng said to third brother, "I know it's dangerous there, but the person in charge wanted to see the Sheng family. That's why I asked your parents to go. But it's hateful to run away with the money. So, they're not as innocent as you think." I say, third brother's resentment towards me is growing by the day, and the gap between the two of them is also deepening. I thought it was third brother and eighth brother colluding, but I didn't expect you to play a part in it. Grandpa Sheng looked at Gu Ziling fiercely. "Can't you see third brother doing well?" "Grandpa, I'm misunderstood. They are third brother's parents. I don't want them to be hurt." "So, you think you can sow discord in front of third brother?" "Gu Ziling, you have been married to the Sheng family for so long. Have I mistreated you? Why can't you see harmony in the family when you are the head of the family?" Gu Ziling was startled. She quickly knelt. "Grandpa, I was just blinded by greed. I won't do it again." "Oomph. You bully third brother and me. You call me a fool. Don't think I don't know." "Humph. The people here are so weird. They bully me and third brother. I want to go home, sob." Hu Ran started crying in the living room. Grandpa Sheng glared at Gu Ziling and ordered, "Don't get close to third brother and Xiao Ran from now on. Do your job." "Yes, Grandpa." "And you, third brother, get up. Do you still hate me since there is a misunderstanding?" "I still hope that you won't hurt my parents, Grandpa," third brother said pitifully. Grandpa Sheng took a deep breath. His heart softened. "I never thought of hurting them. I will just discipline them more strictly." "Thank you, Grandpa." Both of them had exposed Gu Ziling in front of the old man to blame all the grudges between the old man and third brother on Gu Ziling's sowing of discord. That way, the old man would not be so strict with third brother. Moreover, third brother had married Hu Ran. From today onwards, he would no longer be in such a difficult situation. Unfortunately, he had completely offended Gu Ziling, causing Gu Ziling to suffer in front of Grandpa Sheng. Still, if she did not add fuel to the fire, the relationship between third brother and Grandpa Sheng would not have deteriorated to such an extent. She did that so that Grandpa Sheng would not trust Gu Ziling that much. Gu Ziling was really angry about that. She had told third brother the news out of goodwill, but she did not expect him to bite back at her. Chapter 478. After Grandpa Sheng left, Gu Ziling walked to third brother and Hu Ran. She wanted to give third brother a slap to vent her anger. But Hu Ran was afraid that Gu Ziling would hurt third brother, so she pretended to protect him and stood in front of Gu Ziling. "What do you want? This fool is good to you." Gu Xiling snorted and said to them, "Since you don't appreciate my kindness and even want to drag me down with you, don't even think about getting any news from Grandpa from now on. Don't bully third brother. Just wait and see." Then, Gu Xiling left the living room and went back to her room to reflect on her mistakes. Hu Ran and third brother looked at each other and quickly returned to the new room. "Are you all right?" After they sat down, Hu Ran asked third brother, "Did I go out a little late?" "No, it's just the right time." Third brother replied, "We have offended second sister-in-law today. We have to be more careful in the future." Hu Ran nodded. Then, she remembered that they did not sleep last night. So, she said to third brother, "Since it's over, you should have a good sleep and recharge. Didn't you sleep last night? You can have the bed. I will sleep on the sofa." Then, third brother went to the sofa and lay down. Seeing that he had really fallen asleep, Hu Ran went to the bathroom to wash up. Although they had talked openly, they had only known each other for a few days. It would be awkward for them to sleep on the same bed all of a sudden. So, Hu Ran did not force him. She waited until third brother fell asleep before she lay down on the bed gently. So, were they a fake couple or a real couple? On the other hand, Lu Qianqian's board meeting was held at 2:30 in the afternoon. In fact, it was just a greeting to the directors. She still had to wait for the inauguration conference to officially take over. Because of the inheritance left by Papa Lu, Lu Qianqian officially became the undisputed chairman of Lu Holdings. However, no one in Lu Holdings was convinced. She was just a little girl in her early 20s. She did not graduate from a famous university, nor was she a business genius. She did not even go to an ordinary university. What right did she have to become the new leader of Lu Holdings? In the hearts of the shareholders, there were thousands of grievances. If he had known this would happen, he would have disbanded Lu Enterprises earlier. It would have been better than being defeated by a little girl. Therefore, several shareholders already had plans to withdraw their investments. The brothers of Lu Holdings were waiting to watch a good show. The shareholders must have thought of many ways to make things difficult for Lu Qianqian. But because the people from Zhongting were there, they did not say anything. Now that Lu Enterprises is in such a situation, I think it's better to withdraw our investment as soon as possible to avoid heavy losses. What do you think? One of the shareholders simply said what was in his heart. Managing a company is not like dating or playing house. What's more, there are so many outstanding talents in Lu Enterprises. Why must the eldest daughter of the Lu family be a troublemaker? When a representative of Zhongting heard that, he said, "If any of you are not convinced today, you can consider selling your shares to Zhongting." When the shareholders heard this, they were speechless and kept quiet. A moment later, Lu Qianqian, dressed in a white suit, entered the conference room of Lu Enterprises. Her long and narrow eyes glanced at all the directors present. Then, she sat down in the chairman's seat. But no one cared about her entering the conference room. They treated her as if she did not exist. Lu Qianqian coughed softly and said, "Uncles, it seems that you are not used to seeing me sitting in this seat. I understand. After all, I am still young and inexperienced. I have not shown you my ability yet. It's my fault. What ability do you have? Falling in love with a man and impregnating yourself?" The shareholders laughed when they heard that. But to Lu Qianqian, it was a malicious attack and humiliation. "No matter how you look at it, you are my uncle. Don't you have any children?" Lu Qianqian questioned him coldly. "My daughter will not be like you." Everyone laughed again. But Lu Qianqian laughed too. "So, do you think it's glorious for a group of men to humiliate a junior and bully a woman? If I were your daughter, I would feel that you are even more embarrassing. You are good at talking, but what about your ability?" The youngest Lu uncle interrupted them. "Now that you are the new chairman of Lu Holdings, do you think that you can improve Lu Holdings' performance just by sitting here and quarreling with everyone? I'm just meeting everyone today and greeting them. The real fight will be after the inauguration conference." Lu Qianqian said to the crowd, "If any one of you wants to quit Lu Holdings today, I won't say a word. For example, youngest uncle, you colluded with my father's lawyer and forged a suicide note. I haven't called the police yet. If I were you, I would sit here quietly today and not say a word so as not to attract my attention. Because I, your niece, am prone to do wrong things when I am in a bad mood. The youngest Lu uncle's face changed instantly. There are some things I need to make clear in advance. We all know what the uncles of the Lu family are up to in Lu Holdings. I also know what you want. Lu Qianqian pointed at her head and said to the uncles sitting together, but I, Lu Qianqian, am not a soft persimmon that others can bully. The shareholders of Zhongting are here today, so I'll make it clear once and for all. If you do anything behind my back or form a faction behind my back, don't blame me for selling Lu Holdings and letting you get nothing. At the same time, I hope that the other directors can respect themselves. You are putting on a good show of authority. Let's wait and see. The directors folded their arms and sneered in their seats. You still have to wait for your inauguration press conference. But there are already many important things waiting to be dealt with. For example, the cooperation with Tianhong and whether our amusement park should be developed or not. I'm afraid a young girl like you won't be able to understand these things. The cooperation with Tianhong must be terminated. Are you kidding me? The people of the Lu family refuted Lu Qianqian. That is a cooperation worth tens of billions. How can it be terminated just like that? A big project worth tens of billions? Do you think I don't know you? Lu Qianqian smiled. Don't you know Tianhong's reputation in the construction industry? Why don't you go to Hongsheng, which has the best reputation? Don't you know how much you want to get out of it? Safety first in the amusement park. Don't think that you can get away with it just because my father is gone. Lu Qianqian's words shocked everyone. Let's put this case aside for now. When I take office, I will restart it. So, is there anything that the deputy CEO can't handle now? Chapter 479. I'll say this first. If any of you want to make things difficult for me, then say it clearly today. Don't come looking for trouble with me after I've already taken office. At that time, I won't acknowledge it anymore. I really couldn't tell that my little niece is so capable. Is it Chief Sheng of Zhongting who is guiding you behind the scenes? Second uncle of the Lu family shrugged. But you'd rather trust an outsider than your uncle. I don't believe that Zhongting has no ambition or purpose. When that time comes, you'll be crying. Whether or not I have someone from Zhongting guiding me behind the scenes, everyone will know after I take office. What I can guarantee now is that I won't be able to produce beautiful results in a short period of time, but I will work hard to maintain it until my father is still alive. I will give you 3 months to familiarize yourself with all the business of Lu Holdings. If you can't meet the requirements and stand out in the business after 3 months, I will withdraw my investment. Some rational shareholders were willing to give Lu Qianqian the chance. Of course, some of them were Papa Lu's old friends who also wanted to see Lu Qianqian holding up the family business. Then let's set the limit of 3 months. We won't simply reject your decision in these 3 months, but you have to pay the price for your decision. Don't blame us for not reminding you that the business world is like a battlefield. Everyone's money is their life's blood and sweat. We don't want to spend it on a little girl like you. Do you understand? Lu Qianqian nodded. I accept your challenge. But uncles, if I find out that you have done anything to harm Lu Holdings behind my back to embarrass me, I don't think I need to say much, do I? Lu Qianqian said the ugly words first to prevent her uncles from playing any tricks. Don't worry, eldest Mississippi. If the uncles of Lu Holdings do anything to harm the interests of Lu Holdings, we, the shareholders, will not agree to it. That's good. I will officially announce the inauguration in 5 days. The shareholders must have thought that they were crazy to trust a little girl who was still wet behind the ears. But perhaps it was because of her genes. They could see Papa Lu's decisiveness in her. It really made them want to believe her. After the board meeting was over, the shareholders of Zhongting stood up and said to Lu Qianqian, I hope you won't let Chief Sheng down, Chairman Lu. Please tell Chief Sheng that I will definitely give him a satisfactory answer. Lu Qianqian shook hands with the people of Zhongting. Right now, Lu Qianqian's face looked young and tender, but her tone and demeanor already had the posture of a decision-maker. The people of Zhongting were pleased and turned to leave, while Lu Qianqian took a deep breath. But there were still many difficulties for her to be the chairman of Lu Holdings. Old Master Lin was downstairs in the Lu conglomerate because he really wanted to know what kind of connections his grandson had used to get the girl he had planted in the police academy to leave, and he actually didn't know the result until today. And it seemed even more difficult for him to ask the police academy about Lin Muin. It was true that Lu Qianqian was about to become the chairman of the board, but she had just lost her father. It was impossible for her to interfere with Lin Muin's affairs in the police academy. So, how did Lin Muin do it? Old Master Lin looked at the Lu Corporation's building, and the indignation in his heart intensified. In the beginning, he had thought that Lin Muin was joking with him. After going to the police academy to train for a period of time, he would naturally return to the Lin family when he couldn't take the hardship. He didn't need to use any vicious schemes to force him. However, after such a long time, Lin Muin was still thriving in the police academy without relying on the Lin family's background. More importantly, his relationship with Lu Qianqian had become even more intimate. It would be even more difficult to separate them in the future, wouldn't it? Let's go. The old master looked at the gate of Lu Enterprises and then ordered the driver. This girl, could it be that she really wanted to force him to take the path of no return? Lu Qianqian was naturally happy that she had passed the board meeting. When she got home, she texted Lin Muin. When Lin Muin saw the message, he was very pleased. He trained even harder. My girl is so capable. Muin, let's do our best, wait for me. He was determined to charge to the front lines to gain merit. Of course, he needed someone to guide him, and Sheng Zhao's most important task was to give him a bright path. At this moment, in the Sheng family, it was late at night. When Sheng Kai returned home from Huangyao, he saw Gu Xiling leaning on the dressing table in low spirits. In order to comfort his wife, Sheng Kai went forward and hugged her. I already know what happened at home during the day. What's the use of knowing? You can't help me. Gu Xiling broke free from Sheng Kai's embrace. You only know how to follow Grandpa's orders. You don't know how to care about anything else. In the future, we can just ignore third brother's affairs. We just need to take care of ourselves. Sheng Kai comforted his wife. As for that little sister-in-law, you are now in charge of the Sheng family. Are you afraid that you can't find a chance to teach a lesson to a retard? Why do you have to make yourself unhappy for such a thing? Kai, I'm doing this for you and for the both of us. You know Grandpa's temper is volatile. He pampers you today, but he might destroy you tomorrow. If I let third brother and Grandpa get along well, then your career will be threatened. Moreover, he has married the daughter of the Hu family now. Grandpa feels guilty towards him. He even gave him the position of vice president. I'm worried. Sheng Kai couldn't help but laugh. I didn't expect you to be so worried about me. You're still joking. I'm afraid third brother is no match for me. Don't worry about this. Don't forget that he has Sheng Xiao behind him. Gu Xiling sighed uneasily. If Sheng Xiao interferes, or if Sheng Xiao uses him, can you handle it? What kind of power does Sheng Xiao have now? His status is no longer what it used to be. If he moves his fingers and makes things difficult for Huangyao, I'm afraid you'll be busy for 3 months. Sheng Kai had never thought about this. Don't worry. I will take the initiative in Huangyao. Although I sympathize with third brother, it's his choice to marry a retard. Sheng Kai promised Gu Xiling. I won't let anyone change our current position in the Sheng family. Tomorrow, I must teach that retard a lesson. Otherwise, I won't be able to swallow my anger. Chapter 480. Although he did not want to admit it, there were some things that had changed. For example, Sheng Kai and Sheng Xiao. The reason why Sheng Xiao was willing to intervene in the affairs of every family was because he knew how great the influence these hidden forces would have on the future of Jianchuan. Although Lin Muin was just a student now, he was a smart person. If you gave him a step to climb, he would expand his territory in his own field. As for the Lu family, although sure, it was one of the reasons why he helped Lu Qianqian, it was also a way out for himself and Xiao Qi. A big tree would always attract the jealousy of others, and if there was a time when he could not do well, he would not die without a burial place. Lu Qianqian and Mu Qiqi spoke on the phone. The matter of the board meeting was passed safely. Lin Muin also called. He was ready to propose to Lu Qianqian, so he asked Mu Qiqi for help. He wanted to give Lu Qianqian a surprise, seeing that the two would soon have a result. Mu Qiqi could not help but be happy for her good friend. It was already 10 o'clock at night, and she was still outside with Feng Shanshan, examining the corpse they had just found in the jungle. That's great. We were supposed to go out for karaoke, but it seems that we have to dedicate the good time to the beautiful suburbs tonight. What about you? Your crown prince can't see you. Aren't you worried? Mu Qiqi squatted beside the corpse, examining the wound as she answered Feng Shanshan. I miss that perfect inverted triangle body too. It's so comfortable to hug a man to sleep at home. Also, I heard that you have been very close to a senior in the medical faculty recently. Is there anything new? What new? How long has it been since the scumbag incident? Feng Shanshan snorted coldly. Mu Qiqi wanted to laugh at Feng Shanshan, but when she and the other forensic doctors turned the corpse over, everyone screamed. Even the forensics professor, who was very experienced, had never seen such a case. Qiqi, Shanshan, step back. Their legs turned to jelly, and they quickly stepped back. Then, they lay on a tree by the road and began to vomit. After a while, Su Che drove over, and Sheng Xiao personally came to pick Mu Qiqi up. But when he saw the little one's pale face, he could not help hugging her. What's wrong? Let's go home first, Mu Qiqi said sadly. Feng Shanshan was also picked up by her roommates. Soon, the car drove into the villa. Su Che got off work and went to rest, but Mu Qiqi vomited on the toilet in her own house for over 10 minutes. Seeing that she was lying on the toilet, Sheng Xiao picked her up and put her on the sofa. What happened? It was because he rarely saw Mu Qiqi vomiting because of a dead body. Even if it was a giant's corpse, it was nothing to her. Was she feeling unwell tonight? So, he touched Mu Qiqi's forehead. Disgusting. There are also times when you are afraid? Mu Qiqi calmed down in Sheng Xiao's arms. She thought about it, and still had the urge to flush herself into the toilet. No, I think I'm going to get sick tonight. Then, as she wished, Mu Qiqi had a fever in the middle of the night. Sheng Xiao had Su Che call for the family doctor, and the whole family gathered around Mu Qiqi's bedside. Eighth brother, did you bully Qiqi? Sheng Xiao, who was sitting in a corner, cleared his throat and said, I was frightened by the corpse. Mama Sheng grunted and understood instantly. Then take good care of her. I'm going to sleep with your father. I thought you bullied Xiao Qi. Sheng Xiao looked at his parents and frowned. They were the ones who forced their way in, and he did not let them stay with the little one. After a while, the doctor left, leaving Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi in the room. However, Mu Qiqi kept having nightmares and kept talking in her sleep. Sheng Xiao sighed and went back to her side, holding her in his arms and comforting her carefully. It's okay. I'm by your side. It's okay. Mu Qiqi was sweating all over and twitching a little. For the first time, Sheng Xiao wondered if it was the right choice to let her become a forensic doctor. The next morning, Mu Qiqi opened her eyes in Sheng Xiao's arms and saw the man leaning against the headboard. She suddenly felt sorry. Why don't you lie down? Some people are sweating and talking in their sleep the whole night. How can I sleep peacefully? Sheng Xiao reached out and pinched her cheek. Then I'll call Su Che for you now. Don't go to the office today. Sleep well at home. Sheng Xiao shook his head and snatched the phone from her hand. No need. There's an important meeting in the morning. Then sleep in the office after the meeting. I'm curious. What did you see that made you so scared? Mu Qiqi touched her hair and answered. That's right. Last night, I found a man's corpse in the jungle. When I turned him over, I saw that his stomach was filled with. Mu Qiqi could not finish her sentence. However, Sheng Xiao had a general idea why she was scared. You're not allowed to enter the forensics lab for 3 days. Sheng Xiao gave her an order. Next time, I'll throw you out directly so that you won't embarrass me. Mu Qiqi hugged Sheng Xiao and rubbed against him. Promise me that you'll rest today. Sheng Xiao nodded helplessly. I'll find time. I'll let Su Che supervise you. In fact, Mu Qiqi still wanted to know about last night's case. But Sheng Xiao did not let her go to the forensics lab. Feng Shanshan's condition should not be much better, but she was not very worried since she was staying with her friend. Later on, she heard that the entire forensics team could not escape the fate of vomiting. So, the horrifying scene last night was not because Muchichi was a coward. Hu Ran was thinking about meeting Sheng Xiao and Muchichi again, because third brother told her that they were legendary figures. In fact, Hu Ran knew it even if third brother did not say it. She could tell from Sheng Xiao's brain that he was smarter than ordinary people, but she had to find a chance to meet them. After breakfast, they had their regular activities for the day. Hu Ran liked the grass field in Sheng Mansion, so she liked to sit or lie on the grass and read comics. It had been the same for the past few days. But today, when Hu Ran sat on the ground, she felt something was wrong. When she got up, third brother's face changed. Why are there glass shards here? The glass shards were emerald green and could not be seen with the naked eye. And when Hu Ran sat down, it naturally cut her clothes and even her skin. Although it was not big, it was extremely sharp. Hu Ran looked behind her. At that moment, she did not seem to feel any pain. Third brother's face was pale. He quickly carried Hu Ran back to the new room. Xiao Ran, lie down first. Let me see if you're hurt and if it's serious. Huh? Hu Ran blushed. It's on the buttocks. Chapter 481. Third brother, it's not appropriate. If you go and settle the score with her now, she will definitely find an excuse. She might even accuse you of slandering her. Hu Ran held third brother's hand. Don't be rash. I won't be rash. But let me see your wound first. It should not be serious. I wear thick clothes in winter, Hu Ran quickly said. I will go to the bathroom and have a look myself. Third brother calmed down and realized that he was going to take off the girl's pants. So his ears turned red. Can you walk? I don't think it's a big problem, Hu Ran said. Then, she forced herself to stand up and entered the bathroom with third brother's help. Although she said that she was fine, her fair buttocks were still red. Only now did Hu Ran feel the pain of the sharp glass cutting her skin. But if she showed it, third brother would definitely blame himself. So, she took off her clothes and walked out of the bathroom in a bathrobe. It's not serious. It's just a little broken skin. You still have to take care of it. What if it gets inflamed? Third brother brought the first aid kit. If you think it's inconvenient for me to do it as a man, I can call a servant for you. No need. Hu Ran refused. Don't let anyone know about this. So you do it. They were husband and wife anyway. It should not be a big deal to take a look. Third brother helped her lie on the bed carefully. Then, he covered the other parts of her body with a quilt. There were so many scratches. How could she say that it was not serious? Let me disinfect and apply some medicine for you. Third brother, after you apply the medicine, come back with me to the Hu family, said Hu Ran. She hurt me. We can't let her get away with this. We have to make a big deal out of it. But not in her way. Okay. Third brother nodded. Then, he carefully disinfected Hu Ran's wound with his fingertips and applied the medicine. Hu Ran only felt that the wound was cold and itchy. It was a little unbearable, but she dare not move. She was afraid that she would expose herself. You married into the Sheng family to protect yourself. But why do I feel that it's more dangerous? Hu Ran could not help but laugh. Your second sister-in-law's tricks are just child's play to me. At least she would not dare to poison my things, would she? They wouldn't dare to hire a hitman to hit me in broad daylight, right? But that woman did it, so you don't have to blame yourself. Who asked me to pretend to be a fool? Fools are meant to be bullied. What I hate the most is intrigue, so I didn't like second brother, eighth brother, and grandpa fighting each other. But now I know why they are fighting. Because he had to protect the people important to him. Let's go. We'll quietly return to the Hu clan now. The two of them didn't tell anyone and went back to the Hu family secretly. This was strange for Gu Xiling because according to third brother's character, he would definitely not let it go. But why didn't he do anything after such a long time? Could it be that he could really swallow this insult? However, she didn't know that third brother had accompanied Hu Ran back to the Hu family. After returning to the Hu family, she could yell and make a scene as she pleased, while third brother kept apologizing that he did not take good care of Hu Ran, which was why she was wronged in the Sheng family. When Papa Hu saw that his daughter was seriously injured, he called third brother into his study. Third young master, do you know what I'm most worried about? Xiao Ran is injured, but no one is going to seek justice for her. My daughter is a fool, but she won't let anyone bully her. You're right, father-in-law. It's my negligence. But I have no power or influence in the Shang family. Even if I speak up, it would only make Grandpa more disgusted and make Xiao Ran's life worse. Papa Hu calmed down after hearing that. He glanced at third brother. That's right. It won't work without some power. As my son-in-law, you can't always be suppressed by the Gu family. You won't be able to protect Xiao Ran if you do that. If I give you a chance to gain power, will you take it? I will do my best for Xiao Ran and my situation. Papa Hu nodded. Then I will fight for you. But I can't just let this go. Of course, father-in-law. When Grandpa comes later, please let me handle it myself. Papa Hu nodded and softened his tone. Have you seen a doctor? I've treated Xiao Ran's wound. How can the daughter of the Gu family be so narrow-minded? Third brother did not say that there was a scarier person in the Hu family. But now that Gu Xiling had not been dealt with, he did not want to provoke this stepmother who wanted to kill him. There was no news from the Sheng family for the whole day. Gu Xiling did not know what third brother was playing. It was not until dinner time that Grandpa Sheng knew that Hu Ran and third brother had returned to the Hu family. Grandpa Sheng asked the butler to call third brother. But when the butler came back, he said to Grandpa Sheng, Master, Chief Hu invites you to the Hu family for a gathering. What happened? The Hu family did not say. Grandpa Sheng immediately got the car ready. Gu Xiling's heart began to beat faster, because she never thought that things would go out of her control. She thought that third brother would act up and cause trouble for her. Then, she could make a false accusation and third brother would take revenge. Unexpectedly, there was no news from third brother for the whole day. But when there was news, he asked Grandpa Sheng to go to the Hu family immediately. Soon, Grandpa Sheng arrived at the Hu family. At this time, Hu Ran had just taken her medicine and went to bed. Third brother, what is going on? Old Sheng, third young master, is an honest person. He does not know how to scheme against others. But he did not protect my daughter well. I have scolded him. What's going on? Grandpa Sheng was even more confused when he heard what Papa Hu said. Xiao Ran was reading comics on the lawn of the Sheng family in the morning. But there were glass shards in the grass. So, she was covered in blood. Papa Hu explained. Luckily, they are all minor injuries. It is not a big deal. Grandpa Sheng immediately looked at third brother. Why didn't you tell me about such a big thing? Xiao Ran kept asking to go home. So, I could only bring her home first, third brother answered honestly. Old Sheng, you can't blame third young master for this. After all, he is just an idle man now. He does not have any power. How can he speak? I will not say much about this. Do as you see fit. Grandpa Sheng sighed and said to third brother, no matter what, bring Xiao Ran back to the Sheng family. I want to give her an explanation personally. Old Sheng, I only have one daughter. Although she cannot be like a normal girl now, I hope that she can get the best protection in the Sheng family. Chapter 482. Third brother finally managed to coax Xiao Ran and wanted to bring her home. But her face was full of grievance and fear. She kept hugging third brother's neck. Grandpa Sheng was furious when he saw that. After that, they went home. Grandpa Sheng asked third brother to carry Hu Ran to the living room. Then he asked everyone in the Sheng family to come out. Gu Xiling sat beside Xinkai. Of course, she felt guilty. She had made all the necessary arrangements. This matter would never fall on her. But now that the matter had been blown out of proportion, she did not know how Grandpa Sheng would settle the score. Today, third young mistress was stabbed by a glass shard when she was reading a comic on the lawn. I want to know why there are glass shards on the lawn. Who is responsible for the maintenance of the lawn? Step forward. The gardener who was responsible for the landscaping of the Sheng family walked out. He was trembling. Master, I don't know where the shards came from. Everything was fine when I checked in the morning. I have been working in the Sheng family for so many years, and I have never made a mistake. Please investigate this matter. Then, Xiling. Gu Xiling was calm and indifferent when her name was called. Are you going to blame me, Grandpa? I knew it. You said that I was trying to sow discord yesterday. There is no reason for you not to blame me when such a big thing happened today. Third brother and Xiao Rand did not say anything. But you are the one who confessed. Grandpa Sheng's tone was cold. Gu Xiling was a little surprised. Third brother did not say anything? Since you hate third brother and Xiao Rand so much, I can't let you be the butler. You can take over half of it. After all, Xiao Ran was injured in the Sheng family. Although no one knows where the glass shards came from, you're also responsible for not taking care of her well. Also, Lao San, now that you have a wife, you should focus on your career. Tomorrow, you should take over the position of vice president. Otherwise, others will think that you are a pushover. I will give you more shares. Zhang Han said. Thank you, Grandpa. Third brother immediately expressed his excitement. Grandpa Sheng could see that he was happy. Let's call it a day for the glass shards. I hope this is the only time. Xiao Ren has suffered a lot today. Third brother, take her back to her room to rest. As for the others, go back to your room and reflect on yourself. Grandpa Sheng had ordered them not to investigate this matter, but it meant that he believed that she was the culprit, so he did not want to investigate further. This result was even worse for Gu Xiling than the investigation. Most importantly, half of her authority in the Sheng family had been taken away because of this, while third brother had gained the old man's shares. So, had she taught Hu Ran a lesson, or had she outsmarted herself and helped third brother and Hu Ran? After returning to the room, Gu Xiling was furious. Sheng Kai found it hard to accept it. Xiling, why don't we be more careful in the future? You were the one who told me that as the head of the Sheng family, I could find a chance to humiliate a fool. But now, we'll be more careful in the future. Sheng Kai hugged Gu Xiling and said, now Grandpa feels guilty towards third brother. We don't have to find trouble with third brother and that idiot at this critical moment. Gu Xiling took a deep breath and nodded. That's all we can do for now. But don't give me a chance to teach that pair of idiots a lesson. Now, she also found old third very unpleasant to the eye. But so what? Today, third brother and Hu Ran had cooperated with each other. Not only did they make Gu Xiling suffer a loss, but third brother had also gained the old man's shares. In this way, his position in the Sheng family had been reversed. At this moment, the two of them laughed secretly in the room. Luckily, your idea is good. Second sister-in-law has suffered a loss. She was the one who arranged the glass shards. So it's not really a loss. Grandpa asked me to go back to Huang Yao to work tomorrow. What will you do if I leave? Third brother was worried about this problem. Don't worry. Moreover, third brother, you shouldn't meet your little brother Sheng Xiao at such a critical moment. Because second sister-in-law is waiting for you to catch the evidence of your collusion. Sheng Xiao said with a smile. Don't worry. I know, said third brother. Let her bully us. We'll see what happens in the future. As long as she was not exposed, Gu Xiling would not be able to gain any advantage even if they were in the dark. Even if she was exposed in the future, she could just come back to her senses. Then, second sister-in-law would not be able to survive. After all, she had dealt with that bitch for years. She did not believe that she could not deal with Gu Xiling. The news of third brother's return to Huang Yao reached Sheng Zhao's ears the next day. It seems that the two of them have formed an alliance. If not, with third brother's temper, he did not know how long he would be in a stalemate with Grandpa Sheng before he gave in. In this way, Hu Ran was really third brother's lucky star. Sheng Xiao was sitting in his office and signing some documents. At this time, his secretary knocked on the door and came in. Chief Sheng, the Lin family has invited you. It seemed that Grandpa Lin had noticed something. So, he was coming to find trouble with him? You arrange it. Sheng Xiao only said 4 words. A person like Grandpa Lin did not need an afternoon or a night. He could deal with him with just a few words. Chief Sheng, young madam asked me to supervise your rest. Suche said to Sheng Xiao, you haven't slept a wink today. She can't see, but she wants to be obedient. I don't know why. I don't like being restrained in this life. But I want her to control me more. I don't know if I lacked love in my previous life. Su Che smiled when he heard this. Chief Sheng, you must feel very sweet in your heart. Young madam has already called to confirm it. I'll go to sleep now. Sheng Xiao looked helpless, but he was very touched. No matter how rich or powerful they were, They could not compare to Xiao Qi-er's concern. Then, I will arrange the meeting with the Lin family when you get off work. You can spare 10 minutes then. Sheng Xiao nodded and got up from his chair. He did not need to respect the Lin family. Of course, he could not offend them directly. After all, they were friends of the Shun family. But Grandpa Lin's face was really ugly. He wanted to meet a junior. Not only did he have to make an appointment, but he also had to cooperate with him. Chapter 483. To make sure that Sheng Xiao was really resting, Mu Qiqi went straight to the office of the CEO of Zhongting after class. The employees of Zhongting did not know anyone. It did not matter if they could not even recognize Sheng Xiao, but they must know the CEO's wife. Mu Qiqi's visit to Zhongting had always been smooth. However, when she arrived at Zhongting, Sheng Xiao was still taking a nap in the lounge. The secretary did not dare to stop her and let Mu Qiqi enter directly. Mu Qiqi saw her man lying on the bed. She squatted beside him and counted his eyelashes. How could there be a man with such thick and long eyelashes? It was unbelievable. Sheng Xiao knew that the little one was squatting beside the bed. He picked her up from the ground and held her in his arms. "Are you trying to sneak up on me? I'm here to take you home," Mu Qiqi said unhappily. "Can you get off work now?" Sheng Xiao got up and tidied his clothes. Then, he said to Mu Qiqi, "You stay in a lounge for a while. I'm going to meet someone." Mu Qiqi frowned, but she did not ask who it was. She only saw Sheng Xiao enter the lounge, and the secretary closed the door. Old Lin sat in the living room of Zhongting and looked at Sheng Xiao fiercely. "Chief Sheng, you're so ostentatious. You made me wait for a long time. I'm new, so I have a lot of things to do. Please forgive me, Old Lin." Sheng Xiao sat in front of Old Lin. "Now, you can tell me why you're here. You're so smart. You must know why I'm here. I heard that you're sponsoring my good-for-nothing grandson. Is that true?" "I'm sorry, Old Lin. It's not my place to ask about such a small matter. You can ask the public relations department of our company if there are any special charity projects," Sheng Xiao answered directly. "Besides, the descendants of the Lin family don't seem to need my support. I didn't know that Chief Sheng likes to beat around the bush. Then, I'll be straightforward. I don't want you to interfere with the Lin family's affairs," Old Lin said coldly. Grandpa Lin said coldly, "After all, you don't want me to interfere with your family affairs with the Sheng family, do you? Is this a threat, Old Lin?" Sheng Zhao's voice became colder and more dangerous. "Have I been too gentle recently? Is that why you think I'm easy to negotiate and deal with? You were the one who interfered with other people's family affairs first. I've never liked it when people threaten me. Elder Lin, are you sure you've made the right choice by coming here today?" Sheng Xiao asked Old Lin in return. "If you have the ability, you can snatch Lin Muin back. Or you can join forces with the Sheng family and see how many of them I can kill. Forgive me for speaking bluntly, but I'm never one to be bullied. Don't try to take advantage of your seniority in front of me. After all, I can even capture my niece to be my wife. Do you think I'll put an elder like you in my eyes?" "The weather is cold and the road is slippery. Forgive me for not seeing you off. What do you want in exchange for your protection of Lin Muin? Let's make a deal. What I like about him is that he dares to go against the Lin family and against you. I support him unconditionally. What can you do to me?" After that, Sheng Xiao stood up and ordered his secretary, "Send Mr. Lin away. Be careful. If anything happens to him, I'll hold you responsible." "Got it, President." Everyone said that Sheng Xiao was the most difficult person to communicate with in this huge Jianchuan. Old Lin did not believe it before, but after meeting him today, he believed it. This young man was unfathomable and completely uncontrollable. His personality and style of doing things were all based on his preferences. It seemed that he did not show any mercy to anyone. Naturally, he was the best shelter for Lin Muin. Although Old Lin was angry, he gradually felt a chill down his spine. It was because Sheng Xiao was so oppressive that he did not even have the time to get angry before he felt fear. After a while, Mu Qiqi saw Sheng Xiao return. She could not help but be puzzled. "So fast. It's nothing important. Let's go home." Mu Qiqi nodded, but when she left, she still saw Grandpa Lin. So, she became wary. This old man came to you because of Lin Mu, and didn't he? I don't know what these people have in their heads. They will only be satisfied when their descendants submit to them. Sheng Xiao did not say anything. They can't do anything to their grandson. They have to do something to be satisfied. But Lin Mu is already preparing to propose to Qianqian. If old Lin knew about it, his blood pressure might rise. That's none of your business. Mu Qiqi leaned against Sheng Xiao's chest and looked at the scenery outside the car window. She suddenly felt that she was a lucky person. At least, neither her aunt nor her grandfather stopped her from being with Sheng Xiao like a pervert. I hope everything goes well for Lin Muan. Qianqian's inauguration is in 2 days' time. That missu should have a showdown with third brother. Sheng Xiao suddenly interrupted Mu Qiqi's nagging. You got the news? I got the news. He has returned to work at Huangyao. He has been promoted to vice president, and his shares have been increased. Sheng Xiao replied. Then second brother's heart would be unbalanced. Who would care about the Sheng family's affairs? Of course, Sheng Kai was a cut above third brother in terms of wits. After all, third brother never liked to scheme. But that might not be the case if Huran was involved. Because of the two incidents, old Lin's weariness toward Gu Xiling was stirred up. Moreover, the Gu family had been unstable recently. So, old Lin's attitude toward Gu Xiling was naturally not as good as before. Still, the Gu family did not tell Gu Xiling about it. That was why Gu Xiling did not notice that old Lin's attitude toward her was slowly changing. At least, it was not like before. However, when Gu Xiling wanted to teach Huran a lesson, she accidentally hit her own foot. This aroused someone's suspicion, and it was Huran's stepmother. She had messed up a lot of things in the Hu family because of Huran. But now that she was in the Sheng family, Huran still had the ability to stir things up that made people suspicious. Moreover, it seemed that Gu Xiling had been causing trouble for Huran while she was in the Sheng family. Perhaps they could develop this ally well. Huran hurt her hip and could not sleep well at night. She had to lie on her stomach. Third brother imitated her and lay on his stomach. Would you feel better like this? You still have to work tomorrow. Don't copy me. Change to a more comfortable position and rest. Huran told third brother. Chapter 484. That is to guard against you. Huran replied helplessly. There are some things that we can turn a blind eye to, but there are some things that we must let grandfather know. That is the bottom line. Huran glanced at third brother and smiled. You are still so loyal to Huang Yao despite how grandfather treated you. That is two different things. Huang Yao is not just grandfather's work. All the Shengs are working hard here. Huang Yao is the home that the Shengs built with their own hands. No one is willing to give it up unless it is absolutely necessary. Back then, eighth brother could not take it anymore and left the Sheng family to build Zhongting. As the two of them were chatting, the servants of the house knocked on the door. Third brother looked at the door cautiously. Then, he quickly jumped from the sofa to the big bed. He pulled the blanket over himself, and Huran. Who is it? Third young master. I am here to deliver the medicine. Old master has ordered me to do so. Third brother got up and opened the door. Then, he asked the servant to put the things down and left. But the servant could not help but observe the room. After making sure that there was nothing unusual, she turned around and closed the door. When the servant left, both of them breathed a sigh of relief. Third brother wanted to return to the sofa, but Huran stopped him. You can sleep on the bed. We are husband and wife anyway. That is an unchangeable fact. Turn off the light. Let's sleep. With that, Huran closed her eyes unnaturally, leaving third brother standing beside the bed in a rather disheveled manner. In the other room of the Sheng family, Sheng Kai and Gu Xiling had just finished their exercise and were resting. But Sheng Kai was very uncomfortable with third brother's appearance in the company. I'm not at all comfortable with third brother coming to the meeting today. I used to think that this brother of mine was a nobody and never cared about the power struggles of the Sheng family. But these 2 days, he has made me look at him in a different light. Maybe he sensed danger, so I am very guarded against him. He can see that you are guarding against him, said Gu Xiling. I am just afraid that he will fight with you. You mean third brother? Sheng Kai clearly did not believe her. He is not interested in the position of crown prince. Kai, things are different now. You should know how Grandpa used to treat him. He treated him like a criminal. That's why he's willing to marry the young lady of the Hu clan. I don't think it's because he's resigned to his fate, but because he wants to retaliate and make use of his grandfather's guilt. Look, isn't he making good use of this point now? Sheng Kai was stunned when he heard what Gu Xiling said. If he really wants to fight with you, what will you do? I had to clean up the mess that eighth brother left behind. It wasn't easy for us to bring Huang Yao to a higher level. Do you think I will give away my achievements to others? Sheng Kai said firmly. Third brother is the vice president after all. It's easy for him to find fault in many things. I'll teach him a lesson some other day and let him know who's in charge of Huang Yao now. What about Gu Xiling? Before going to bed, Hu Ran's stepmother called, although she didn't know where the woman got her number. But that woman asked her to meet tomorrow. Hu Ran's stepmother should be the person who understood Hu Ran the most in this world. It was good to meet her. She didn't believe that she couldn't find a way to make Hu Ran obedient. By the way, it's the end of the year. It's almost time for the charity banquet. I won't go this time. You can attend it on behalf of Huang Yao. Before going to bed, Shang Kai said to Gu Xiling, anyway, this kind of occasion should be attended by you women. Gu Xiling agreed with a grunt of agreement. However, at this time, she was not thinking about punishing her stupid little sister-in-law. She was thinking about competing with Mu Chi-Chi. But the premise was that Mu Chi-Chi was willing to attend. Although Mu Chi-Chi was focused on her studies in forensics, she would definitely attend any occasion that Zhongting needed her. Whether it was a charity banquet or a social banquet, she would definitely not shirk her duty if she needed to make Zhongting's presence known. Her man had worked so hard to build a new social circle. She definitely needed to interact with those rich ladies. Otherwise, she would be too immature. So, Gu Xiling's wish could be achieved. But while she was dealing with Hu Ran, she was also jealous of Mu Chi-Chi. Her life was really busy. That night, Feng Shanshan asked Mu Chi-Chi to do an experiment. But Mu Chi-Chi answered her angrily. I'm going to the banquet that day. You can go by yourself. If you're going, does that mean that person from the Sheng family is going too? Who? Gu Xiling? I don't know. Mu Chi-Chi shook her head. Help me vent my anger. When I went to the Sheng family to report about you, she humiliated me a lot. Mu Chi-Chi glared at her and pretended that she did not hear anything. Is there any progress on the case 2 days ago? Feng Shanshan thought of the scene that night. She suddenly stopped talking. A male corpse with a baby hidden in his belly. I always feel that it's a kind of revenge. It seems that she wants to let him have a taste of giving birth. I've called the professor. Tell him what you think just now. Feng Shanshan took out her phone and put it beside Mu Chi-Chi's ear. Although they were afraid, they were still concerned about the progress of the case. Even if they had not officially joined the police force, they could not control their thirst for knowledge. The professor said that the man's wife gave birth to 5 children, and all of them are daughters. It seems that he wants to have a son. Feng Shanshan guessed. Some families had a strong preference for sons. However, after his wife gave birth to his 5th daughter, she died of a hemorrhage. The strange thing is that it has been 7 or 8 years since this matter happened, but this man is still doing his best for his 5 daughters. What kind of hatred could be buried for 8 years and only explode now? Mu Chi-Chi shook her head. With our current experience, it's still very difficult to make a comprehensive deduction. Speaking of which, I bet that the young mistress of the Sheng family will definitely talk about you being a forensic doctor during the charity banquet. I dissected her corpse? Mu Chi-Chi knew it. She can humiliate you, but she can't humiliate me. I'm waiting for a good show. Feng Shanshan raised her brow at Mu Chi-Chi, wanting to see the world in chaos. It would be even better if third brother brought Miss Hu. Still, Hu Ran would not attend such a gathering because there was a high chance that she would be exposed. So, she would have to go alone. Wait, would Qianqian go too? Chapter 485. As a new person in charge of Lu Holdings, Lu Qianqian would definitely attend such a charity dinner. After all, Lu Holdings did not have a man to support her now. As long as it was something positive for Lu Holdings, she would have no choice. So, Lin Mu, and wanted to propose to Lu Qianqian as soon as possible so that she could have a sense of belonging and not be afraid of the gossip of the outside world. With Qianqian and Gu Xiling there, that night would be lively. Because to Sheng Xiao, that kind of banquet was an occasion for the harem of the nobles. If a man went there to support his woman, he would be suspected of bullying others. Moreover, Xiao Qiyer's ability and character were enough to handle any occasion. Who would dare to offend her in Jianchuan now? Of course, the Sheng family was an exception, and the Sheng family's attendance was also to relieve Xiao Qiyer's boredom. In the cold winter, Hu Ran's stepmother and Gu Xiling agreed to meet at a cafe outside. When they looked at each other, they knew that they were on the same side. Just a smile was enough to make them regret not meeting each other earlier. I heard that second young mistress was taken advantage of by my stepdaughter. Did you encounter any problems? I always feel that there's something strange about it. Hu Ran's stupidity helped her and third brother to win the battle in the Sheng family. So, I want to ask Hu Ran if she is really stupid. Don't worry about that, said Hu Ran's stepmother. Hu Ran's stepmother said, I've tried it many times. Isn't 2 years enough for me to test it? She is really stupid. Sometimes she is so stupid that it makes people feel pity for her. Mrs. Hu is relieved, but I have suffered a lot. Since third brother has gone to work, the task of taking care of third brother and sister-in-law has fallen on me. As a result, I have suffered 2 losses in public and in secret. Don't worry, second young mistress. If you want to deal with Hu Ran, you have to understand her lifestyle. Since you are willing to meet me today, it means that we are friends, right? After all, Hu Ran has a problem in her head. I am willing to help you to discipline her so that you will not embarrass the Sheng family. Hu Ran's stepmother's intention was obvious. She did not want Hu Ran to return to the Hu family. Only by standing on the same side as Gu Xiling could she stop this possibility forever. Then I'm all ears. They chatted for the whole afternoon. Hu Ran's stepmother made Gu Xiling fully understand Hu Ran's habits, including what she was afraid of. She definitely can't eat honey. Even if it's just a little, she'll be allergic to it. She can't smell the fragrance of lilies either. She'll have rashes all over her body. In the past, her father never put lilies in the house to accommodate her. But Hu Ran only knows that she can't eat sweets. She doesn't know that she's allergic to honey. I don't want old Hu to misunderstand, so I never let honey appear in the house. But I think it might be useful for you. Gu Xiling smiled and said, Thank you, Mrs. Hu, for sharing. Mrs. Hu, it had to be said that the appearance of Hu Ran's stepmother had helped Gu Xiling solve her current problem. At least, it was not so difficult to deal with Hu Ran. However, on the way back, she received a call from her mother. Xiling, your father has been absent-minded recently. I keep feeling that something is wrong. If you have time, come home and have a look. Let the family doctor come over and take a look. He talks to himself now. I'm afraid he is not in his right mind. Gu Xiling thought about it. Arrange a hospital check secretly. We must not let the outside world know. Otherwise, what will happen to the Gu family? I know. I just want to tell you so that you can be prepared. You must keep the Sheng family stable. If something happens to the Gu family, you can help. With her current position in the Sheng family, it was not a problem to tell Sheng Kai. But she must not let Grandpa Sheng know. Otherwise, his attitude toward her would change drastically. Gu Xiling could not wait to try Hu Ran's taste. She learned about Hu Ran's taste from her stepmother. She could avoid lilies, but not honey. Third brother was working in Huangyao. So, Hu Ran was the only one resting at home. Because her hip was injured, she spent most of her time resting in her room. Lunch was sent to the room by a servant. When third brother was not around, Hu Ran was taken care of by the Sheng family servant. In the afternoon, Hu Ran complained that she was hungry. Gu Xiling ordered the servant to prepare dessert for her. Of course, she would not be so stupid to do anything to Hu Ran when third brother was not around. Wouldn't it be the same as repeating the previous mistake? When it was time for dinner, she asked the chef to prepare the dessert. When third brother returned to his room, she brought it to Hu Ran. During dinner, second sister-in-law suggested to bring you to the charity dinner. I knew she was up to no good, so I rejected her. It's fine. I don't want to be exposed. Hu Ran got up from the bed and sat on the sofa with difficulty. It's a pity that you can't see Xiao Qi and second sister-in-law fighting. Third brother passed her the bowl and chopsticks. Is there a grudge between them? Eighth brother would rather lose everything than have second sister-in-law. Do you think second sister-in-law would not hold a grudge? She has always regarded eighth brother and Mu Chi as a thorn in her side, especially Xiao Qi. She is younger than her, but she is loved by eighth brother. So, she would naturally compare herself with Mu Chi. Hu Ran nodded. That day, my little sister-in-law came to see me. At that time, I only thought that she was your sweetheart. Later, when I met the couple, I only felt that this girl was so smart that I didn't hate her. Do you know what she does for a living? Third brother asked mysteriously. Hu Ran shook her head. She dissects corpses. She's a forensic doctor. Hu Ran felt that this girl was even more interesting. She is not like other rich young ladies who like music, chess, calligraphy, and painting. If she likes these, eighth brother would not like them. Third brother sighed with a smile. Now that you mention it, I really want to go. Can I do it as the daughter of the Hu family? In fact, third brother also wanted to go. He was just worried about Hu Ran. Since his wife suggested it, he would try his best to satisfy her. Let's think of a perfect plan. They looked at each other and smiled. Neither of them paid attention to their diet. It was not until late at night when Hu Ran was tossing and turning on the bed, scratching her body. Third brother sat up from the bed and went to check on her. Xiao Ran, what's wrong? Why are you so red? Do you have any anti-allergy medicine at home? Hu Ran asked uncomfortably. No. Are you allergic? Third brother immediately got up and carried Hu Ran. Then, he quickly left the room barefooted. I'll send you to the hospital first. Chapter 486. This was the second time Hu Ran got hurt in just a few days after she married into the Sheng family. After the doctor saw the rash on Hu Ran's body, he told third brother, this is caused by an allergic reaction. We're not sure what kind of food it is. Then she fainted. Don't worry, Mr. Sheng. This is a shock caused by allergy. But fortunately, it is not life-threatening. The doctor looked at third brother's bare feet. You should wear a pair of shoes when you come out. Third brother looked down at his feet. He did not care. What he really wanted to know was whether Hu Ran's allergy was caused by someone or an accident. Soon, the Sheng family arrived. Grandpa Sheng asked when he saw third brother, what's wrong with Xiao Ran? The doctor said she is allergic. I don't know if it is food or something else, but all of us have eaten these. I wonder what Xiao Ran is allergic to? Grandpa Sheng asked with concern. We'll have to wait for Xiao Ran to wake up and do a checkup to know the cause. After third brother said that, he looked at Gu Xiling. He was scrutinizing and questioning her, but he did not say it out loud. That's strange. Why is third brother not blaming me? Gu Xiling said deliberately when she saw that third brother did not say it out loud. I think it is an accident. It has nothing to do with second sister-in-law. Third brother knew Gu Xiling's intention. She wanted to sow discord and make him lose his composure in front of Grandpa Sheng. But he would not let Gu Xiling get what she wanted. Grandpa, you should go back. I will take care of Xiao Ran. You don't have to worry. All right then. I will go back first. Take good care of Xiao Ran. I will ask the butler to send you a pair of shoes. Grandpa Sheng said and got up from the chair outside the ward. But before Gu Xiling left, she said to third brother, actually, sister-in-law is allergic because of me. She cannot eat honey. Third brother clenched his fists, but he did not respond to Gu Xiling's provocation. How can you bear it? Second sister-in-law is really taking care of the family. I really have to thank her. Gu Xiling sneered and left the hospital. However, third brother kicked over the rubbish bin outside the ward. As a husband, he had really neglected his duty. He had let his wife fall into danger time and time again. She even had to smile at the murderer. If it were Shang Xiao, he would have crushed her countless times. That was the difference between him and Shang Xiao. What was the purpose of Gu Xiling's repeated provocations? Was it because he couldn't stand Xiao Ran's stupidity? Although he did not want to admit it, he was really useless compared to Sheng Xiao. Having no one to talk to, third brother could only call Sheng Xiao's phone. Although Sheng Xiao was busy every day and did not have the time to listen to the Sheng family's affairs, he never spoke ill of third brother. I want to know exactly what second brother and that woman are thinking. I'm sure he can find out. Sheng Xiao had just finished showering and was waiting for the little one to drink water. When he received the call, he simply sat down and analyzed for him. You were imprisoned by the old man before. How did the couple treat you? Sympathy, pity, and even wanted to help me. Now that you have regained Grandpa's trust, who is the biggest threat to you? Second brother is not confident in himself. Do you think Gu Xiling will keep stirring up trouble to protect Sheng Kai's position in front of the old man? She will expose your evil character and make you the real vice president of Huang Yao. It will be a lot of benefits for her. If it were me, I would do the same. Aren't you tired? What you want is for Grandpa to not be suspicious of you. What you want is balance. But to the two of them, your existence is a danger to them. But second brother is now the CEO of Huang Yao. With the old man's fickle character, do you think he can rest assured? You want to protect third sister-in-law. There's no other way. Either Gu Xiling leaves, or you take over the position of CEO. Neither was easy to achieve. If you hesitate now, it will only make Gu Xiling worse. She is just having an allergic reaction today. Who can guarantee that her life will not be in danger in the future? Mu Qiqi came in after drinking the water and heard their conversation. She could guess what had happened to the Sheng family. She leaned on Sheng Zhao's chest and said, "Third brother, if you give in like this, you will still get beaten up. What do you suggest? Third sister-in-law should be back to her senses now, right? Now that we're in the Sheng family, acting like this won't save our lives." Third brother understood what Sheng Xiao meant. My brain is not so complicated. I don't know how to weigh the pros and cons. That's why I want third sister-in-law to regain her senses. She can give you some advice in public. Mu Qiqi smiled and answered third brother. We must deal with Gu Xiling now. By the time third brother finished the call, the butler had brought him a pair of shoes. Third young master, you must protect yourself, and third young mistress. Third brother got up and went into the ward. At this time, there were only him and Hu Ran in the ward. Hu Ran had woken up, but the rashes on her body had not subsided, so she could only lie on the bed and rest. Second sister-in-law did it. Xiao Ran, she told me herself. Hu Ran knew that he would blame himself. So, she said, it has nothing to do with you. Don't take the blame on yourself. If I had 1/10 of Sheng Zhao's brain, you would not be bullied like this. I have my reasons too, said Hu Ran. Xiao Ran, let's not hide anymore. You can't do anything in the Sheng family if you pretend to be a fool now. You will be bullied. It's better to regain your senses. Then, you can still cause trouble to second sister-in-law. Hu Ran thought for a while. I'm afraid that second sister-in-law and my stepmother are colluding. If they really want to collude, even if you play dumb, you can't change the result. It's better to put everything in the light, including your stepmother. This way, she won't dare to do anything. Otherwise, your father will definitely suspect her. You're right. I won't be soft-hearted anymore. I won't be modest and seek for balance. I will fight for what belongs to me. Third brother promised Hu Ran. Let's take a gamble. Hu Ran nodded. Then tell them that I have regained my senses because of the shock. And third brother, I used to be an unreasonable person. You have to stay calm. I never wanted to be their enemy, but they kept forcing me. Chapter 487. So, they planned to use the hospitalization incident to recover Hu Ran's sanity. Of course, it would definitely cause a huge uproar in both the Sheng family and the Hu family. After making up her mind, Hu Ran fell asleep on the hospital bed. Because compared to the Sheng family and the Hu family, she felt that the hospital bed was more comfortable. The next day, the doctor had identified all the allergens in Hu Ran's body. They could be more careful in the future. At 9 o'clock in the morning, Gu Xiling went to the hospital to visit Hu Ran with the servants of the Sheng family. At this time, Hu Ran was resting with her eyes closed. She did not want to talk to Gu Xiling. Of course, Hu Ran looked sick. Gu Xiling could not see anything special about her. So, she said to third brother, you still need to go to work. Let me take care of sister-in-law. It's okay. Xiao Ran can get off the bed now. We will go home later. Third brother said calmly. You really don't blame me for this? It's true that I've never thought about fighting second brother for anything. But your actions these 2 times have made me feel that I have to do something to not let you down. Third brother's lips curled in a mocking smile. You? Don't forget that I have eighth brother behind me. If you push me too far, I will die with you. Third brother said fiercely. And second sister-in-law, I should thank you. Gu Xiling frowned. She didn't know what third brother meant by that. Of course, third brother would not explain. He just quickly completed the discharge procedures and brought Hu Ran home. Of course, Hu Ran would not tell the Sheng and Hu family that she had recovered so easily. She had to wait for everyone to be present. Then, the show would start. That was why third brother called his father-in-law and invited him over for dinner. Grandpa Sheng did not know what he was planning. So, he asked the kitchen to prepare dinner. Gu Xiling thought that third brother was telling on her again. So, she did not care at all. After all, Hu Ran did not know that she was allergic to honey this time. But Gu Xiling did not know that she had created a very difficult opponent for herself this time. In fact, Gu Xiling had always wanted to have a few matches with Mu Qiqi one day. After all, the two of them did not have many chances to interact with each other, and Mu Qiqi was someone she had always wanted to defeat. But what Xiao Qi hated the most was the competition between rich young ladies. It wasn't that she didn't know how to do it, but she didn't care. Clearly, if Mu Qiqi had the time, she would rather help the professor solve a few more cases. She was completely different from Gu Xiling, who pursued superiority. Therefore, she did not take Gu Xiling seriously. But now, this little bitch was torturing third brother nonstop. Thinking about it, she really couldn't miss the chance to teach Gu Xiling a lesson at the charity night. So, Mu Qiqi originally thought that it would be fine to just attend the event casually. But after thinking about it, she decided to dress up for the event and show off her extravagance. She was Sheng Zhao's woman, after all. It would not be an exaggeration, even if she had an entourage. The charity night would be held 4 days later. However, Lin Mu had proposed to Lu Qianqian the day before. Perhaps he had arranged it so that he could cheer for Lu Qianqian. The drama seemed to be coming one after another. It was a pity that she was not in the Sheng family anymore. Otherwise, she would have crushed that bitch Gu Xiling to death. So Mu Qiqi called Sheng Xiao. Xiao Xiao, prepare the most beautiful gown for me. I want to slap Gu Xiling's face. I thought you asked me to prepare the gown so that you can marry me abroad. Are you still thinking about it? Uh-huh. Sheng Xiao replied matter-of-factly. I told you that I believe in our relationship. But I'm old. Sheng Xiao said darkly. You're only 20 years old, and I'm already 28. It's safer to put you in my household register. You've never proposed before. Mu Qiqi pouted. You don't agree to marry me? Who would ask such a question? Mu Qiqi was speechless. Although I'm very willing, and I'm very willing, all girls like the ceremony. Got it. Sheng Xiao hung up after saying that out of the blue. Mu Qiqi stared at her phone blankly for a long time. What do you mean? Feng Shanshan saw that she was lost in thought and quickly reminded her. Come back to your senses. Do you know what the police have found? The body of the baby is the man's child. Another woman gave birth to the baby for him. It turns out that after his wife died, he did not give up on his desire to have a son. So, he found another woman. What is his obsession with having a son? Mu Qiqi sighed. What happened after that? Unfortunately, the woman had fertility problems. When she was 7 months pregnant, her life was found to be in danger. At that time, the woman's family asked the hospital to induce her labor. But the man knew that it was a son and refused to allow it. He even locked the woman up. After that, the child was born. The woman lost half of her life and went crazy. Have you found the murderer? The woman's family was involved. Her brother, her parents, and they covered up for each other. After Mu Qiqi heard that, she continued to sigh. I don't know why, but every time I participate in a case, I feel very tired. Although as a forensic doctor, I can't say such subjective things, but with you around, I still want to say that his death was not unjust. As a forensic doctor, we have our responsibilities. We can't do anything about it. With that, Feng Shanshan took off her white coat and left the forensics lab. Although the two of them did not interact much in school, they became good partners in the forensics lab. Muchichi looked at the body that once scared her. Suddenly, she did not feel so creepy anymore. It was 6 o'clock in the evening. Papa, who arrived at the Sheng residence, and old Sheng warmly welcomed his in-laws. I don't know what urgent matter Bowen has for me to come over. Sheng Bowen was third brother's name. Compared to Sheng Xiao and Sheng Kai, his temper seemed to be closer to his name. Loyal, honest, and heartwarming. I don't know what that brat is up to. We'll know when he comes out. Old Sheng said to his in-laws. Chief Hu, please take a seat. The Sheng family quickly took their seats. Meanwhile, third brother slowly helped Hu Ran into the living room. Xiao Ran, you're out. Papa, who could not hide his joy when he saw his daughter. Come and sit here, young couple. Old Sheng called. However, Hu Ran did not sit down. Instead, she went straight to Papa Hu and said firmly, Dad. Papa Hu found it strange, but he could not tell. All right, Xiao Ran. Sit down. I've regained my sanity. Chapter 488. Papa Hu was stunned when he heard that. He looked at her in shock. What did you say just now? I said that I have regained my mind. Hu Ran stood in front of Papa Hu normally. I remember the car accident 2 years ago. Ew. Is this true? Father, I don't blame you for marrying me into the Sheng family. But you should at least choose a normal family. Do you know that I went into shock because of my allergy to honey yesterday? Hu Ran said to Papa Hu clearly. She was not like her usual childish self. Father, I'm not a good person. Papa Hu was so shocked that he could not speak. Third brother came up to Hu Ran and held her. Father-in-law, Xiao Ran has regained her mind. It's good that you have regained your mind. Papa Hu was almost in tears. He held his daughter's arm. It's my fault, Dad. You've really let me down. Let's not talk about the car accident 2 years ago. I've only stayed in the Sheng family for a few days before I was ambushed and injured twice. I can ignore the glass shards, but I can't ignore the fact that I got food poisoning and went into shock. Hu Ran turned around and looked at Gu Xiling. Second sister-in-law, you told third brother that you asked the kitchen to put honey in the food last night, right? Gu Xiling was stunned when she was called out. She did not expect that Hu Ran would come back from the hospital like this. Hu Ran had regained her mind, so she did not know what to do now. Xiao Ran, have you misunderstood? Last night's dinner, all of us ate it. Moreover, it's the same way we usually eat. Grandpa Sheng, you don't have to change the dish. You just need to change the seasoning. Hu Ran answered. I don't care if it was second sister-in-law who did it. You are the head of the Sheng family now. Don't you have any responsibility for me getting hurt again and again? Or do you want to bully me because I am stupid? So, you want to get away with it? Xiao Ran, the truth is not clear yet. Hu Ran stopped Papa Hu and did not let him continue. What happened last night was the last time. If I get hurt like this again in the Sheng family, how are you going to shirk the responsibility, second sister-in-law? Do you think I will be stupid for the rest of my life? Let me tell you, if you don't let me have it easy, I won't let you have it easy either. I'll say the ugly words first. Otherwise, you'll say that I'm slandering you again. Xiao Ran, don't be angry. Grandpa will give you an explanation. Grandpa Sheng quickly comforted her. Grandpa Sheng, I've seen it clearly these few days. But I can't see clearly because I'm closely involved. Do you know why second sister-in-law kept troubling us? Because she's afraid that if third brother and you get along well, it'll threaten her on a second brother's position. You've said so much, but do you have any evidence? Gu Xiling asked back. I don't care if there's evidence or not. Since I, Hu Ran, have made up my mind, I'll stick to it. In the future, second sister-in-law, please respect me. I've heard you call me a retard and a fool. Don't mess with me in the future. Your Gu family is a big family, but my Hu family is not. Now, Papa Hu finally believed that Hu Ran had regained her sanity because her somewhat arrogant personality was exactly the same as before the car accident. Gu Xiling took a deep breath and looked at Grandpa Sheng with a wronged expression. But Grandpa Sheng pretended not to see it. Xiao Ran, it's a great thing that you've recovered. You and third brother can live a better life in the future. I hope so. Hu Ran's tone sounded a little crafty. As long as second sister-in-law can behave herself, I'm not an inflexible person. Gu Xiling did not expect that the honey yesterday would help Hu Ran regain her sanity. Was he trying to be clever again and making a fool of himself? What she did not expect was that Hu Ran's original temper was so arrogant and unreasonable. She had the temper of a spoiled young lady. If that was the case, the Sheng family would be turned upside down in the future. Xiao Ran, you just recovered. Why don't you go back to the hospital for a checkup? Don't worry, father-in-law. Xiao Ran has already gone through the checkup. The doctor said that it's a blessing that I can recover. Third brother quickly replied, That's good. Father, let's talk alone later. I have something to tell you. Papa Hu patted Hu Ran's head lovingly. It was also a father's wish that his daughter could recover. However, just as everyone was having their meal, Shang Kai finally returned home. He entered the hall and took off his coat. Before he could sit down beside Gu Xiling, he realized that the atmosphere of the banquet tonight was a little strange. What's wrong? Since Xiao Ran has recovered, third brother can focus on helping second brother consolidate Huang Yao's business in the future. Grandpa Shang said to the Sheng family, but also to Shang Kai. In fact, he knew better than anyone why Hu Ran was in danger time and time again. Now that Hu Ran had regained her sanity, she could suppress Gu Xiling's arrogance a little. This kind of mutual restraint was actually beneficial to the Sheng family. What's this? Sister-in-law has recovered, Gu Xiling explained coldly. Second brother, let me formally introduce myself. I'm Hu Ran. Sheng Kai was not used to seeing Hu Ran extend her hand. He did not know that Hu Ran could communicate with others like this. Hello, sister-in-law. Gu Xiling's face was gloomy, but she could not show it. The Sheng family was already hard enough. Now, Hu Ran had joined the fight. Third brother looked at his wife beside him, and then at Sheng Kai's expression. He was afraid that the Sheng family would be in a bloodbath in the future. After dinner, Hu Ran and Papa Hu took a walk in the garden. Papa Hu smiled. This way, your mother and I can be accountable. Father, don't say it too early. Do you know why I got into a car accident in the tunnel 2 years ago? Wasn't there a car driving in the wrong direction? He hit me on purpose, Hu Ran explained. The person who hit me was sent by that good wife of yours. Papa Hu did not believe it. Xiao Ran, I know you won't believe it. I don't have any evidence. But I just want to remind you to be careful of this woman. She's not a good person. It's not that I object to you remarrying. If she is a kind woman, I will support you to have someone to accompany you for the rest of your life. But if she is a vicious woman, how can I not worry? Father, if you think I'm lying, you can investigate what happened 2 years ago. I don't believe that you can't find any clues. Papa Hu was silent after hearing that. Be careful. Papa Hu nodded and patted Hu Ran's shoulder. I will investigate the matter and give you justice. Chapter 489. Hu Ran's recovery was out of everyone's expectation. Grandpa Sheng thought that his granddaughter-in-law would be a fool for the rest of her life. He did not expect her to be useful to the Sheng family other than the marriage. But now, it seemed that Miss Hu was proud and arrogant. She was not to be underestimated. If she was really capable, it would not matter if she was a little unreasonable. The most important thing was that his reputation would be better once it was spread. So, Hu Ran and third brother's marriage was handled in a low-key manner. But now that Hu Ran had recovered, it would only take one night for the whole city to know about it. Gu Xiling was originally a proud person. Now that Hu Ran had joined the sisters-in-law, it would be exciting. Sheng Xiao received the news the next day. He knew that Hu Ran had recovered. The drama of the Sheng family would be more and more exciting. Then, the secretary entered the CEO's office and reminded Sheng Xiao that the meeting would start in 10 minutes. Sheng Xiao sat on the office chair and glanced at Su Che. Then, he looked at his secretary and asked, What kind of proposal ceremony do you girls like? Haven't you proposed to Madam? The previous engagement ceremony did not count because the engagement was canceled. She wants to do it again. Since Madam has seen the big scene, I suggest that we do the most simple one. For example, Complete the proposal in front of all the family members. It will make her feel valued and more ceremonial. Sheng Xiao listened and accepted the secretary's suggestion. Go and prepare for the meeting. The two of them had been together for more than 2 years. In his heart, the little one was always his wife. This had never changed. When he brought Mu Chi-Chi to the Shun family's side house for the engagement ceremony, although it was also formal, the two families broke off the engagement. So, this time, he should make a simple but more solemn proposal. He would bring the Shun family over for dinner, including her aunt's family. That way, the little one would not have any regrets. After Hu Ran's explosive news last night, Gu Xiling began to think rationally. For example, why would food allergies affect Hu Ran's nerves and cure her stupidity? No matter how she thought about it, she felt that it was unbelievable. The other person who was unwilling to believe it was Hu Ran's stepmother. Although Papa Hu came home last night and was happy, he did not question her or anything else. However, she felt that the timing of Hu Ran's recovery was too coincidental. Therefore, Gu Xiling felt that Hu Ran had been pretending to be dumb, although Hu Ran's stepmother had vetoed it several times. But Gu Xiling thought so. It was because after Hu Ran came to the Sheng family, third brother was valued by Grandpa Sheng. It was not because of luck. She would definitely find a chance to thoroughly investigate this matter. Now that Miss Hu had regained her senses, she was arrogant. She argued with Gu Xiling over breakfast. Gu Xiling thought that if this continued, there would be no place for her in the Sheng family. Before Hu Ran got into trouble, she had always been a bossy lady. Now that there was someone she hated, she was even more uncourteous towards Gu Xiling. She woke up early in the morning and started nitpicking at the dining table. It's not that I want to say this, but second sister-in-law, we both come from a prestigious family. Don't you have any taste buds? Don't you feel that the breakfast is disgusting? The chef has been working in the Sheng family for many years. If you are not used to it, you can arrange one to cook for you. Gu Xiling retorted. And, Grandpa, can third brother and I change our new house? I was not mentally mature before. The things that second sister-in-law prepared are quite childish. I don't think I need them now. Second sister-in-law can take them back. Since sister-in-law has her own ideas, as your sister-in-law, of course, I will prepare according to your preferences. All right. Grandpa Sheng stopped them. Then he asked Hu Ran, Xiao Ran, what did you study in the past? Finance, answered Hu Ran. In that case, I will arrange a position for you in Huangyao. Are you willing to go there? Of course, I am willing to help third brother. After all, he is my husband now. I have to think for him. Hu Ran smiled, but she said it to Gu Xiling. Both of them knew Grandpa Sheng's intention. One would stay at home, and the other would go to the company. This way, they could avoid the conflict between them. However, if Hu Ran went to the company, it would be good for third brother's position in Huangyao. So, Gu Xiling's position would be at a disadvantage. Grandpa, as for Xiling, let the butler return the other half of the family to you. After all, the butler is old now. He can't do it even if he wants to. Gu Xiling felt better after hearing that. At least, Sheng Kai was the crown prince, and she was the crown princess. No matter what Hu Ran did, it would not change for the time being. However, Hu Ran was not angry. Instead, she looked at third brother and raised her eyebrows. After returning to the room, third brother grabbed Hu Ran's arm and asked her about her plan. How are you going to investigate what happened 2 years ago in Huangyao? I want to investigate what happened 2 years ago. I also want to help you. I want to have a position in Huangyao. Then, Grandpa will have more scruples when he wants to punish you. We need to investigate that woman from her side. So, it is not something that can be done in a day. We need to plan for the future. Third brother nodded and said, I know some people in the circle. Maybe we can start from the entertainment circle. Okay, but third brother, it feels so good to be able to regain your sanity and fight against second sister-in-law. Have you always been like this? After listening to third brother's question, Hu Ran smiled and nodded. Before the car accident, I had always been this rude and unreasonable. I did not allow Dad to have a younger brother, and that woman did not have a good life in the Hu family. But the car accident 2 years ago made me lose my temper. Now, I just want that woman to leave the Hu family. Can you tell me more about the car accident? After the car accident, there's also someone watching me in the ward, and when no one was looking after me, she was waiting for an opportunity to remove my oxygen mask, so I was very scared at that time. If I didn't pretend to be stupid, I think that woman would have found a way to kill me. Third brother hugged, who ran softly at her words. You will definitely get what you want. Third brother, go to work. I have a normal mind now. Don't tell me you are worried that I will be taken advantage of. Moreover, compared to your second brother, I think you are the one who can really carry forward the spirit of Huang Yao. You are the real heir of Huang Yao. He had never thought about that position before, because eighth brother was too stable. Chapter 490. At 5 in the afternoon, Mu Qiqi received a call from Sheng Xiao. He told her not to go to the forensics lab today. He would pick her up after work. Mu Qiqi thought about it. She could not remember what important day it was, but since it was Sheng Xiao's request, she would stay in school. It was snowing in Jianchuan these days. Mu Qiqi wrapped her camel coat tightly. She waited for Sheng Xiao's car at the gate of Shengting University. Half a year ago, he got rid of the habit of driving a sports car. It seemed that he had become very low-key when he went out. Mu Qiqi saw that the man did not say a word. She asked, "Is there anything special today? Aunt is here to see you. Shouldn't you go home early?" Mu Qiqi had not seen her aunt for a long time. She was looking forward to seeing her little baby. She hugged the child as if she was hugging a soft cotton candy. Sheng Xiao did not reveal anything else. The two of them quickly returned to the villa. When Mu Qiqi entered the door, she realized that it was not only Su Zipei's family who had come. The Shun family was also chatting in the living room. The whole family was lively, and it warmed her heart. Qiqi, Su Zipei called Mu Qiqi. Oh my God, my little cotton ball. You have gained weight again. Mu Qiqi immediately went to Su Zipei's arms to take the child. She might be eating now. Su Zipei taught Mu Qiqi the correct way to hold the child. She also looked at the little girl. She was getting more mature. It seems that young Master Sheng has taken good care of you. Aunt, how can I not be happy with you all here? The whole family was there, but Sheng Xiao was suddenly gone. Mama Sheng was busy in the kitchen, but she was happy to do it. Soon, Sheng Xiao took off his coat and returned to the living room. He saw Mu Qiqi holding the child, so he sat down beside Shun Jianchuan and Grandpa Shun. When Mu Qiqi was done with the child, he waved at her. "Cheer, come here." Mu Qiqi looked at him in confusion, but she still got up and sat beside Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao took the opportunity to hold her hand and caressed her palm. Then he said to Grandpa Shun and Shun Jianchuan, "Grandpa, Dad, the last time I took Cheer out of the Shun family, not only did I not let her live a happy life, I even made the Sheng family break off the engagement. I have always felt sorry for Cheer. Today, all my family members are here. I would like to ask you to hand Xiao Qi over to me in front of all my family members. She is the only woman in my life, and that will never change." Everyone quieted down as they listened to Sheng Xiao's words. In fact, they all understood what he meant. He was formally proposing to his elders and Mu Qiqi. As elders, we can see the relationship between you and Qiqi. It's not important to talk about the marriage proposal now. Shun Jianchuan glanced at old Master Shun and became the representative to speak. "If you're happy, our family will also be happy with you." Eighth brother, didn't you bring our whole family together? So, whenever you want to do something with Qi'er, just say the word. As a grandfather or a father, I will do my best for you. I want this little one to know how much I value her. You can't wait to dig your heart out. If she can't see it, she can forget about being my daughter. Shen Jianchuan had to speak up for his son-in-law. From leaving the Sheng family to building Zhongting and suffering humiliation for half a year, haven't you been planning for this girl's future? The whole family listened quietly, and Sheng Xiao was still holding Mu Qiqi's hand. On the other hand, it's me, your daughter, who can't do anything for you. It makes me feel guilty that you value her so much. At Shun Jianchuan's words, Sheng Xiao turned to look at Mu Qiqi, whose eyes were red. She doesn't have to do anything. She just has to live happily by my side. To me, it's building a career. Silly son-in-law. If it was half a year ago, I still had some misgivings about you. But now, I am completely at ease. You are mature and steady. I believe that you can protect my daughter for the rest of her life. This is the best repayment to the Shen family." Mu Qiqi burst into tears. She never thought that Sheng Xiao would do this. "Why didn't you tell me earlier? Didn't you say that I never proposed?" Sheng Xiao asked in return. "Are you stupid? Even my father can see that I have nothing to contribute to you. I would only cling to you for the rest of my life. How can I not want to marry you?" Mu Qiqi threw herself into Sheng Xiao's arms. What she said made everyone laugh. "I thought you would have regrets when Dad and Mom weren't around. Now, I'm making it up to you." Mu Qiqi sneakily poked her head out of Sheng Xiao's arms, only to find that everyone was looking at her. Embarrassed, she said, "Don't look at me. My face is all messed up. So, are you willing to marry me?" "I'm willing. I'm willing." Mu Qiqi said, "I'm willing" twice in a row. Her heart was filled with gratitude. This man was a man who made people tremble in fear outside. But at home, he was the best son, husband, and family member. "Then, are you going to register your marriage abroad with me?" "Let alone abroad. I'll even go to an alien planet." Sheng Xiao smiled when he heard that. That was the little one's trick. She would not have the strength to resist it. "All right, you little couple. That's why everyone is hungry. You can go back to your room tonight and slowly make out. Now everyone is going to celebrate." Mama Sheng and fifth aunt prepared dinner together. The whole family sat around the table with happy smiles on their faces. In the future, we should be united as a family. Everyone knew that it was because of this young couple that the family could be together. Everyone present, whether it was Huang Yu or Papa Sheng, had the strongest emotions in their hearts. Because they were once unfortunate, but now, because of Mu Qiqi and Sheng Xiao, they had obtained happiness. The power of the younger generation was really endless. It was amazing. After dinner, the family chatted and laughed. Meanwhile, Sheng Xiao dragged Xiao Qi back to their room. "I still want to hold Aunt's baby. Since you like children so much, we'll have them ourselves." Sheng Xiao carried her to the bathroom. "I've asked Su Che to arrange a flight for your birthday. We'll go abroad to register." "Do you have to be so anxious?" "I'm anxious." With that, Sheng Xiao put Mu Qiqi on the washstand and took off her white sweater. "I can't wait to make you my bitch as soon as possible. I can't wait to make you my bitch." Mu Qiqi took the initiative to kiss him when she heard that. She was hurried and undisciplined. "Xiao Xiao, how can I love you so much?" Chapter 491. Upstairs, the fiery night had already begun, and they did not sleep or rest. On the other hand, the elders downstairs were chatting happily and only dispersed late at night. It was such a loving family. There was no telling how precious their child would be when it was born. Still, looking at Xiao Che, was it not too early to think about the child? Late at night, at the Lu mansion, Lu Qianqian was lying on the bed after taking a shower. She was about to rest when she noticed something wriggling under the blanket. Startled, she opened the bedding and saw that there was a black snake coiled in the bedding. Her face paled in fright, and she quickly called out to Mama Lu, "Mom." Mama Lu heard her call and quickly went to Lu Qianqian's room. She saw several snakes on the dressing table, and Lu Qianqian was trapped in the bathroom. "Mommy, there's a snake." Mama Lu was startled too. She quickly asked the bodyguards to clean up the snakes, and when they were done, she brought Lu Qianqian out of the bathroom. "Are you all right? Were you bitten?" Lu Qianqian shook her head, but her face was pale. Her heart was pounding when she recalled the scene just now. "We'll sleep in a hotel tonight. Let someone clean this place up inside and out, or you won't be able to sleep well." Mama Lu helped Lu Qianqian up, and they booked a nearby hotel. It was only when they sat on the sofa that Lu Qianqian came to her senses. "It must be man-made. We'll investigate it tomorrow." Mama Lu hugged Lu Qianqian and coaxed her. "Sleep. You still have to go to the company tomorrow. Be strong. Mommy is here." Lu Qianqian hugged Mama Lu. Her hands were still trembling. There was no man in the family, and they were so weak that they could not fight back when they were bullied. "Aren't you afraid, Mom? Who would support us if I'm afraid?" Mama Lu patted Lu Qianqian's back. Lu Qianqian was so scared that she was about to cry. but she held back her tears. Don't let me find out who did it, or I'll pay you back double. Right now, those uncles of yours can't do anything to you. They can only do this to disgust us mother and daughter. All right, it's late. Go to sleep. Lu Qianqian nodded. She suppressed her fear and closed her eyes. But in the middle of the night, she was still woken up by a nightmare. But she did not dare to tell her mother. She was afraid of revealing her weakness. So, she went to the bathroom and suppressed her tears. At this time, she had no one else to rely on, so she could only text Lin Muin. Lin Mu, and it set a special ringtone for Lu Qianqian to remind himself to reply to Qianqian's message no matter how late it was. What's wrong? Lin Muin lay on his side, blocking the light from the phone. Tonight, Mommy and I slept in the hotel because we found a few snakes in our house. Lin Muin immediately sat up on the bed. You didn't get bitten, did you? No, I'm just scared. I want to talk to you. Do you know who did it? We can only think of a way to investigate tomorrow, Lu Qianqian said. Who asked us to not have a man in our family? He's a pushover. Who said there are no men in the Lu family? Am I not? Lin Muin quickly said. Go back to bed first. I'll coax you to sleep. You still have to go to work tomorrow. As for the investigation, leave it to me. Okay. Lu Qianqian trusted Lin Muin very much. As for Lin Muin, everything he had now belonged to Sheng Zhao's grooming. But even so, he would rather discuss with Sheng Zhao than bow to the Lin family. It seemed that it was not enough to have a male bodyguard in the house. So, the next morning, a female bodyguard appeared in front of the mother and daughter of the Lu family. Lu Qianqian blinked. She did not understand. But the other party said, I'm a professional bodyguard who just came back from training abroad. I'm hired to take care of Miss Lu and Mrs. Lu. Lu Qianqian was stunned. I'm hired by Zhongting. I'm very clear about Miss Lu's situation. I'll be responsible for letting Miss Lu sleep peacefully from now on. Lu Qianqian understood now. This must be Lin Muin's arrangement. In fact, to repay Sheng Zhao's debt, Lin Muin was using his experience as a writer to do some copywriting work for Zhongting. He was ambitious enough to abandon the pen name Lin Muin and start writing again. He intended to use the income to invest in finance. At the very least, he could not be a gigolo who lived off a woman. He wanted to be worthy of his identity as a chili pepper. Muin found out so quickly. Mama Lu was puzzled when she saw the female bodyguard. I told him last night. Mama Lu nodded and clapped her daughter's shoulder. Don't refuse since it's Muin's goodwill. He would be at ease in the police academy this way. Lu Qianqian smiled and promptly shook her hand. I'm counting on you from now on. You're welcome, Miss Lu. If it's convenient, let me take a look at the Lu family surroundings. I'll install some security monitoring equipment, but I won't disturb your lives. That way, I could eliminate any potential security risks. I'll help you with this. Qianqian, go to the office. Male bodyguards were powerful, but they were still taking care of two women, and there was a difference between men and women. That was why men could not enter Lu Qianqian's boudoir. With a female bodyguard, everything would be easily solved. Still, for real safety, Lu Qianqian had an idea to sell the Lu family's old mansion and buy a new place with higher security, because she did not want to wait for things to happen before taking precautions. Soon, Lu Qianqian entered Lu Holdings. She had a meeting with the vice president in the morning, but before she entered her office, she ran into her youngest uncle. Qianqian, look at your face. You didn't sleep well. Thanks to you, I can still hold on. Then I really worry needlessly. That's for the best. Still, I don't know if you've heard that the old man of the Lin family has fallen ill. I'm sure you would know about it, given your relationship with young Master Lin. I didn't know that you're related to the Lin family. You even know that the old man of the Lin family has fallen ill. Isn't it normal for their grandson to come to the Lu family to find out about his condition after he was abducted by you? The youngest uncle smiled and left Lu Qianqian. But he was clearly doing that to put Lu Qianqian in a difficult position. Lu Qianqian did not know whether the old man was really sick or not, and whether he had colluded with her youngest uncle to plot against Muin. Still, her youngest uncle was really heartless. He was thinking of ways to disturb her mind. Chapter 492. Still, regardless of whether Grandpa Lin was sick, Lu Qianqian intended to tell Lin Mu, and so that he would not regret it if something really happened. As for what Lin Mu and would choose in the future, she would not object. She would stay by his side firmly and be an indomitable warrior, just like how Lin Mu and stayed by her side. Therefore, after the meeting with the vice CEO in the morning, Lu Qianqian texted Lin Mu and then called him, although he did not answer. In fact, the Lin family's cars had already arrived at the gates of the police academy. The butler of the Lin family had even met the principal of the police academy to explain Lin Mu Anne's condition, hoping that he would be granted leave. The principal approved Lin Mu Anne's leave, and Lin Mu and was informed by his tutor that the Lin family had come. It had been half a year, and he wanted to hide when he saw the Lin family's sudden appearance. Who are these rows of black cars here to pick up? Lin Mu Anne's roommates asked each other. I wonder what young master of a rich family is lurking in the academy. Lin Mu Anne wanted to hide when he saw the butler of the Lin family, but the butler saw him too. Young master. Master is seriously ill, and he sent me to pick you up. I thought the Lin family had already forgotten about me. Lin Mu Anne answered the butler directly. The butler looked at Lin Mu Anne awkwardly, as if he had 1,000 words to say. But when he saw Lin Mu Anne's disgusted expression, he could not help but sigh. It's true this time. Whether it's true or not, I don't know how to face him now. I think you should just let me go like a fart. The Lin family might be better off without an unfilial descendant like me, Lin Mu Anne said to the butler. Young master, go back and take a look. Can you guarantee that I can still come out after I go back? Lin Mu Anne asked the butler in return. Even if it doesn't work, he is your grandfather. No, he is not my grandfather, because no grandfather would find someone to break his grandson's hand. How can I afford to have such a grandfather? Helpless, the butler could only stand at the gates of the police academy. Lin Mu Anne brushed past the butler and went back to class with his roommates, who had a look of surprise on their faces. But things got out of hand this way, and everyone started gossiping. Bro Lin, where did you come from? This formation will scare the hell out of ordinary people. It has nothing to do with you. Just focus on class. Lin Mu Anne did not explain. At the same time, he saw Lu Qianqian's message. So even his little pepper knew about it. He had already planned to propose to Qianqian, and Qianqian was about to announce her inauguration. How could he not know that his grandfather and the Lu family's uncles were in cahoots with each other? In the past half a year, he had almost gotten rid of his identity as the young master of the Lin family. He had never used the Lin family to obtain anything. From now on, he had no plans to have anything to do with the Lin family. Therefore, if the Lin family felt that he was unfilial, then so be it. If he was unfilial, then so be it. If it was foolish filial piety, then it was better to die cleanly. In any case, it was not up to them. At noon, Lu Qianqian rushed to Lin Mu Anne's school. When she saw the situation at the gate, she felt very embarrassed. However, Lin Mu Anne was only checking to see if she was bitten last night. This stalemate is not a solution. Let's go and meet him, Lu Qianqian said to Lin Mu Anne seriously. Lin Mu Anne was taken aback. Then he flicked her forehead. Do you know what you're saying? Of course I do. If you get caught, I'll just get the crown prince to bail you out. I'm not in jail. Why are you talking about bail? Are you stupid? Lin Mu Anne glared at Lu Qianqian. Even if we want to meet him, we have to wait until you announce your inauguration. Otherwise, I find it hard to believe that this is not a trap. Lu Qianqian nodded at that. My heart will struggle with you. Silly. I'm not struggling at all. I'm very determined. So you're really going to ignore these people? They can wait as long as they want. Lin Mu Anne said nonchalantly. The butler of the Lin family was helpless, but he could not do anything to Lin Mu Anne. Now that old Lin was lying in the hospital and the other members of the Lin family were taking care of him, old Lin wanted to see Lin Mu Anne the most. But Lin Mu Anne, after half a year training, it seemed harder to fool him, and he was determined to leave the Lin family. The butler could not outlast Lin Mu Anne, so he could only leave the police academy with the Lin family's motorcade in the afternoon. But Lin Mu Anne knew that the butler might turn around and look for Lu Qianqian. So he told his girl, I'll settle the grudge between me and the Lin family. You don't have to feel guilty. If you promise the Lin family to persuade me to go home or risk your life with the Lin family, Chan, I'll be very sad. I can't see any guests in the office. My family is still investigating the Viper case. Mommy and I are in the hotel. No one will disturb us, Lu Qianqian replied. That's for the best. Then Lin Muan asked Su Che to help investigate old Lin's illness. When he learned that old Lin was diagnosed with mild brain atrophy, he knew that he was an unfilial descendant. In the hospital, old Lin did not see Lin Muan. The boy was determined to cut ties with him. So, even when he was hospitalized, Lin Mu and was not willing to appear. Old master, I think it's not that young master doesn't want to come back to see you. He's just afraid that you will control him and tie him to the Lin family. It's fine if he doesn't want to come back. I'm already half a foot in the grave. Can't I let it go? Old Master Lin sat on the bed and said, in any case, I would rather beg Sheng Xiao than return to the Lin family and inherit the family business. Since that's the case, why should I, an old bag of bones, ask for trouble? Young master seems to be holding a grudge against you for getting someone to beat him up. Yes, I beat him up, old Lin muttered to himself. Then he stopped talking. But the knot in the heart of the grandfather and grandson would be difficult to untie. Old master, someone from the Lu family is here to see you. Do you want to see him? The old man closed his eyes and nodded. I'll see you then I'll invite him in. After the butler said that, he invited the person from the Lu family into the ward. He sighed secretly. No wonder young master refused to go home. The person from the Lu family came to the ward so late at night. Who would believe that the two of them weren't in an alliance? At this time, the rest of the Lin family had gone home to rest. Only the butler was left standing outside the door. And what he did not expect was that Lin Mu In, who was wearing a black coat, appeared in front of the butler and made a shushing gesture. You're tuning into the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.